Hey.
I copied and pasted the topic list in the private chat 3 times, and every time it doesn't show up. I don't know what the fuck is happening. I'll do it on this computer, but this is bothering.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, of course. The easy part is too much to handle.
Oh, you can't say that tonight. I uploaded Austin's pictures. I reorganized the pictures on the list. I uploaded my pictures. I did most of these pictures, other than yours, because you don't, you do yours yourself. But, so,
yeah. Who did it?
No. That mood of you, I specifically tagged Cryptid to handle my picture.
It's true, but I did anyway because it's Tuesday. I work Tuesdays. I get the Tuesday shift.
Yeah, and yet we did not discuss the pictures on the order. So.
Oh dang! Oh, look at you, Jake.
You usually do that. I just if I don't,
he does it when he's the one who puts them in.
But he did.
You do it.
Whoa, we're gonna get this settled. We're gonna get this settled. When I came in, Witch's pictures were already here. I didn't upload those pictures. If I did, I number them, and you can tell. Well, you can't tell, but Cryptic can tell because I'll put.
Exactly. So I can't tell.
Right. Yeah. So like for Austin, for yours, I have yours in order. So I put like if I go from left to right, and I have One World Under Doom cover, One World Under Doom 1, and I have that. It's listed as that here. So So I never get confused. That's not me, bro.
Well, when you do a live stream 4 nights in a row, audience back to back, you're allowed to hiccup every now and then. All right,
and that's true. Right? And we can't argue with that. Okay, there's nothing to argue with. So, but
all right, you guys want to just get started now?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Welcome to Comic Connect Live. You're recruiting 415. Okay, 4 nights in a row, no intro. You don't need a 4th intro for me. So
hey, it's not my fault. You guys decided to do 2 freaking show/movie reviews. It's not my fault.
That man Cryptid said, "Fuck it, we're here." Jesus.
I blame the delays and Netflix being greedy and separating one series into 3 parts. All right, so
they did that during the time of night. So people like that.
I honestly think people hate the final season.
Huh? Yeah, no, if you could sit down and watch,
people gonna hate that final season. The more I think about it, I think.
If you had to sit down and think about the final season as you were watching the whole way through, you'd be like, "That's ass. That's really ass." But we know the real reason they did it, though, to keep the subscription.
Yeah,
but yeah,
but all right.
Anyway, you're with me.
Come on.
Oh yeah, you're with me, Jake Tylenol, and all I gotta say is, let's rock, baby.
Anyway, breaking wall. That's it. Go ahead.
I'm Richter, also known as the Witch of Jotunheim, and I just found a whole small pile of really cool late 90s and early 2000s goth comics. Woo! And I have my strawberry milk as normal.
And together we form the Phanatic, and we talk about the news.
Wait. What counts as a goth comic? Is that an actual thing, or like?
It's just like a
golf is like
kind of like a genre. Like a genre.
Yeah. Okay.
I got some Yonan Vasquez. I got some Lenore. I got a couple other things.
The news and reviews of the week, and this night we will be talking about the comic news. Also, we're not just doing comics too. We're doing a video game tonight. We're gonna be reviewing the first Devil May Cry game in the franchise because I beat it. It was really short. I didn't realize how short this game was. So I fucking every mission was 5 minutes long. So I said, fuck it. Let's talk about it. But we're doing that. But we also have some of our classics here. You know, we got Avengers Academy. I'm sorry. I was about to read the topics list, and I realized the one that pasted was the one from yesterday. Okay, here's the real one. Okay, we're going to be doing Avengers Academy. Monster High comes back. We're also going to be talking about that new Marvel event, One World Under Doom. And of course, we do our weekly Bionicle review. Oh, we also going to do our weekly.
I'm doing it with the Doom review.
Wait, what?
I'm doing it in the Doom review. So I'm just going to briefly mention it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and also don't forget we're going to be talking about Captain America: The Plantations later today. So
yes, it's all. Yes, we're. I can't even make the joke. I can't even make the joke.
You can't say that with no context. Okay, you have to. You can't make that joke early stream, no context.
YouTube. We pray to the YouTube gods. Please don't cancel us tonight. Straight.
Until we're in the issue.
Cancel the writer for that. Come on. Oh god.
But yeah, so we have an exciting night. We have an exciting night today. But yeah, we have socials as well. Which help me out here with these.
Oh, hello. Let me stop tweeting this tweet so that I can tell you the socials. First of all, subscribe to the goddamn YouTube channel. We are getting really close. Okay, help us get to 100 subscribers, okay? Thank you. You can also follow us on Twitter for updates and other stuff at Comic Phanatic 69. We do post stuff on there sometimes. But if you don't want to do that, but you want to follow me in my nasally ass voice, you can follow me on Twitter at Witch of Jotun with an E instead of a U because I'm too lazy to change it now. Anyways, you can also follow me on TikTok and Instagram at witch_of_Jotunheim. I do post stuff on there sometimes. Wink, wong. You can also follow me on Tumblr and Blue Sky at North Star Aria. And then on Rednote/Xiao Hong Shu, you can follow me at Witch of Jotun with a U. And don't forget, I still have commissions open now, so please hit me up. And Austin, I heard you're gonna be in the Devil May Cry game. Is that true?
There was a wall there. There was a wall.
I bet there was a wall.
Was there a brick wall?
There was a lot of glass and marble walls.
You hear this?
Your cousins were there. I'm just like,
Hey, are you wall racist right now?
Perhaps.
Anyways, Cryptid's just chilling, drinking his organic grape juice. And hey, Jake, since you work almost late today, where were you at?
Well, I escaped Melee Island and went back to Voya Nui and found out that the Paraka are fucking evil. Oh my god! But I will say this, and this is I'm reaching across the aisle to Austin to tell you, I had no feelings about this betrayal before, but now that I played the game, fuck Trish, I would have shot her right there, bro. I would have just
I told you from the start. I told you. I've been telling you forever that I didn't really like Trish that much until later, but I never understood the people who wanted Dante and her to be together, bro. Like this
I mean, like,
while they hit at relationship stuff, Trish, there's nothing here to make you truly like Trish as a character. Don't want to see them together.
The boss fight she was included in, I'm gonna get into it in the review, but oh my god, bro, I wanted to shoot her in the face. I wanted to kill her, bro. Like we'll get into it, but okay, that's all I wanted to say.
All right, so now that we got out that way, you guys just want to get started?
Yeah.
All right, let's get started. Sam Wilson, Captain America #2, audience. Can I just say I am glad this is a miniseries because oh boy, dude. Well, first off, take a shot of whatever you normally drink every single time a racial issue is brought up in this issue.
Wait. Can I just say, how did they make it look more unbelievable that Sam Wilson could take a punch from Red Hulk in this cover?
We'll get to it, Jake. Yeah, and I'll just say this is a false advertisement. We do get a fight between Red Hulk and, well, the second Red Hulk, all right? The one who doesn't have fire powers, but is still just as strong as a Hulk.
I'm saying the
Sam Wilson,
Robert
Maverick, yep. And Sam Wilson, who has the power of birds, Jake.
I'm saying the way this Hulk is drawn, I don't care if that's vibranium, like Sam's back would have cracked, bro. Like I'm just saying, like that's
they're falling from the sky, Jake. You don't think this look like this is an aerial battle?
If he hits the ground, he's dead. That man,
Robert Red Hulk usually doesn't look like that. I think they just cover.
Okay, because I was about to say that's a big man.
Just for reference, audience, Maverick is the Red Hulk that actually has a mustache when he turns into Hulk. So
he usually runs around with his big guns the whole time.
The Red Hulk on this cover would eat the MCU Red Hulk alive, bro. That is crazy. But yeah, all right, you go.
They drew the regular comic Red Hulk looking build for this character.
Gotcha. Oh, and also keep in mind, this Red Hulk is extra patriotic in case you missed the blue and white pants he has. So hey, he's full of red, white, and blue here, audience. But anyway, gotcha. So anyway, the issue opens up pretty much where the last issue ended, where Hulk, Red Hulk is being brainwashed by this corporation called the Eagle Star, the Sky Dreams. Actually, it is Eagle Star, because Eagle Star has a ship in the sky that they're trying to send specifically black and brown people to have a better life. Yeah, they'll explain more about that when we get into the issue. And
sounds like a better life. What's wrong with that?
You'll see. So all right. Things are fishy. Turns out there's more of a hidden agenda with Eagle Star. So now there's a fight going on between Red Hulk and Sam Wilson. And Sam's cousin Billy is saying okay, look, remember, he only has about an hour of power, right? So all you just have to do is last an hour in a fight with Red Hulk, Hey, to be fair, Sam Wilson will be, come on, he could do this all day, y'all.
That's really not that hard for a person that can fly. It shouldn't be that hard.
Yeah, And luckily for Sam, he doesn't come fighting alone, because what's in the sky, audience? Birds. That's right. He brings aboard a platoon of birds to help him in the fight.
Yeah. He can't wait to watch these birds get thunderclapped by a Red Hulk.
Listen, Cryptid. You must want Peter on your ass, bro.
Gotcha.
Peter are a terrible company. Okay, they're a terrible organization.
I know. I know.
We need a new organization to use.
Ever since PETA got rid of the Animal Crackers logo, I had nothing but bad thoughts about PETA. So
they steal people's pets and euthanize them.
Damn, look at that. But anyway, but luckily Sam Wilson's not fully relying on the birds to fight. He's just having them, distract Red Hulk enough for him to slam him with the shield, right? So there comes a point where, okay, Red Hulk knocks Sam to the ground.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What do you mean by slamming with the shield? Is he flying into him, charging Star?
Yeah,
or you mean just throw the shield up?
No, charging Star, basically.
I'm just making sure.
Yeah.
I was about to say, throwing the shield at him, I don't really think we're doing a lot.
Gotcha. Yeah, you see, audience, this is kind of one move I wish they did in the movies where you guys remember that fight scene between Flash and Brainiac Luthor from Justice League, where Flash goes super speed.
He breaks off his armor with that one punch. Bad punch.
Flash is just throwing a punch by racing across the world, this and that. I was kind of hoping we could have seen something like that for Sam. He comes in with a charging shield at Red Hulk's face. But
that would have been really cool. That one thing to do it.
Yep. So anyway, but in the midst of the fights, Red Hulk knocks him down. But and Red Hulk was about to double fist smash Sam Wilson, but then Sam Wilson does the brilliant move of saying, "Hang on, big guy, your country's calling." And Red Hulk looks back saying, "Wait, what?" Only to get an eagle to come in and slash him in the face.
Hold on. No. That's not a booyah. That's an endangered species. Why are you dragging that into this fight?
It has sharp talons, Austin, all right?
Yeah,
if Red Hulk actually kills that bird, there are less than 100 bald eagles left. Well, eagles left in general.
That's not even enough to procreate and keep the species alive.
Well, when Captain America's calling, that's when the eagle
That's very anti-American that you want to see the national bird get like go extinct.
Hey, it's American to see the national bird come and save Captain America. Yeah,
Not when they're all dead.
Yeah. So anyway,
it's not true. This writer doesn't know anything about national bird laws. Okay,
that's true.
Gotcha. But anyway, like but luckily the bird gets away unscathed while Sam tries to go for that mind control device that's on Red Hulk's arm. Because Sam Wilson's like saying, just wait a second, Maverick. Don't worry, I'll take this arm control band off you, and you'll be right back in the land of the free. Okay, so but unfortunately, before he does that, the boss of this Eagle Star project comes in and tases Sam in the back and knocks him out. So the fight stops. All right, so there's no conclusion to this fight between Sam Wilson and Red Hulk. So it's a draw. Okay. So all right, there. You guys satisfied with the fight? Huh?
No.
I like the movie one better.
No, because this one is different in the sense of Sam being this Red Hulk in the comics. I think was more believable than the one in the movie beating that Red Hulk. I feel like he could have beat this dude. Even if it just outlast him for an hour with his bird power stuff, just distracting him and taking the right shots and stuff. I feel like he could have did it. I feel like he could legit beat the guy.
Either that or just smash the device that's on Red Hulk's arm that's controlling him. So
Yeah.
So.
We didn't need a draw, bro. He would have had it. He deserved it.
Yep.
He deserved a W.
There you go. But anyway, Sam Wilson wakes up in a cell and he's joined by none other than Joaquin Torres himself. Yeah, I'm glad they're bringing Joaquin in here. So good for them. They completely overlooked the little alteration his body went through in the last Captain America run. When White Wolf turned him more into a vampire. But
did you like that?
I like to see him the ferociousness that Joaquin was going through and the character death, the tragedy that happened when he fought against Sam. That I liked at least, So, all right. So we're going back to the book, and this is where you get that boss guy from Eagle Star, explaining his plan, because you see he believes like the world is on the verge of dooming itself. It'll eventually be uninhabitable, but this will be especially more damning for Black and brown people who will get most affected by that. I'm like,
true.
Really, dude. If the world is dying, come on, everybody's gonna be affected, dude. Come on.
Systematically, it's gonna affect them first, and then it's gonna affect everyone else.
If all the land in Earth is destroyed, then that's bad for everybody.
Yeah, but guess who's not going to notice it until way later? The rich assholes.
Yeah, but he's not just doing poor people. He's doing race. He's going by race specifically.
Yes.
It's going to fuck over them first, and then it's going to go back up to the top. That's how it always is.
It's trickle down economics, guys.
Yeah, that totally has worked. I wasn't even alive during the Reagan era, and I know that was a stupid ass idea.
Yeah,
so anyway,
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So anyway, this guy's plan is to make cities in the sky, and he's planning on using Joaquin's bird DNA to give other people the ability to fly, and he's hoping that Sam Wilson will be teaching people how to fly, this and that. So, that's his big master plan, and he's going to give those two time to think about that. And during this, you see that, what's his name? Isaiah Bradley's son.
Josiah?
Josiah. Well, he has a longer name in this. Let's see if I can pronounce it. Assalamu alaikum, Josiah. I hope I didn't butcher that name.
How about you just don't do that, okay? Don't ever do it again.
I attempted, audience. All right, I was brave enough to attempt
it. He entered a brave new world for that name.
Yeah. But anyway, so he comes in. Turns out he's been on to this Eagle Star project for a while, and yeah, he's also sporting a new costume. Let me bring that costume up. Here you go. He also has a new name. He's going by Shadow Soldier.
I know the artist wants to show off the shield. I feel like the angle of that shield is wrong, but
Yeah, I know. It's like
Yeah.
he's missing the arm out of his elbow. You know.
So you're telling me instead of giving people Eli they wanted, they're like, "Damn, here's his dad." Fuck off here,
Well,
bro.
this is Josiah, Isaiah's son. This is why
Eli's dad, right?
I don't think so.
No, not Eli's dad. Isaiah had a daughter who got married and had Eli. So yeah, this is just remember the U.S. government wanted to further create another Isaiah basically, since he was the only super soldier they had. So they had they used his DNA to create a son, which is Josiah. Yeah. So yeah, complications, audience complications. I'm always saying this. This is probably like a scapegoat way in order for Marvel to continue using a version of Isaiah without actually using Isaiah by giving him a son that looks like him and uses shield like him. Yeah. So anyway,
Did you approve of this?
Which?
Huh?
I thought so.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I was rereading my comic. I didn't hear what you said.
Do you approve of this?
Can you repeat that one more time?
Do you approve of this?
Prove of Josiah coming back?
Yes.
I don't care. Good for him, I guess. I'm still waiting for them to bring Marvel back, okay?
That's even worse. Imagine what your dad. Do you
saying,
approve of me? Imagine if you approve of me. No, I don't
That's
care.
weird.
Like, you live your life, bestie. I don't care what you do as long as you're not harming people or you don't piss me off.
Gotcha.
You heard what
Yeah. But anyway, he goes on to say like how the colors they never did anything good for him and his people, so that's why he decided to change the red, white, and blue colors to black because he wants to fight for the shadows. And probably
No,
for
I
another
see.
reason.
So he wants to fight for Miles Morales.
Yes.
Yeah.
That Miles Morales man did great things for my community.
Yep. But anyway, so the three escape, and Sam is coming to try saving his cousin Billy, who's working in the farm, and who's working in the plantation audience. And turns out she doesn't want to leave, and none of the other I might as well say it, none of the other black and brown people that are working in this plantation want to leave either, because apparently they're all being brain controlled by gas, and they distract Joaquin, Sam, and Josiah long enough for that gas to come in and knock them out. And wouldn't you know it, the next scene we see is of all of them working in this field.
Now the amount of jokes I've had to hold in since you started talking about this is insane. I was like, I can't say that. Can't say that either. Can't say that.
Go ahead, say it, dude. I'm disappointed. Twitter, I am disappointed in you. I would expect something like this to catch wildfire. There has been, from what I've seen, there's been no commotion over this. How wrong this is.
Yeah, because Twitter is full of Nazis right now. Where have you been?
Okay, then what about Blue Sky, Witch? What about Blue Sky?
Yeah, what about our Blue Sky people?
Where's the outrage? I see no outrage in this whatsoever.
Because no one's reading this damn book besides you.
I mean, where's the guy who's never read Captain America in his life, who saw that one panel and then made a big deal about Marvel being racist, and then it just spread. That's what we're looking for.
Get on the line and do your job.
I was like so disappointed this didn't cause commotion. And Greg Pak, thank you for setting a whole group of people back 300 years ago, because right now everybody who's in this town is going to go through the slave experience now. You realize that, right?
You send these people back. You sent Amadeus show back. We talked about it yesterday. He sent them back 20 years. We struggled to figure out what he did for 20 years because of this writing.
20 years of Amadeus show.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Jake. Do you feel good about yourself because of that? Do you feel good? Do you feel?
Yes.
How about you apologize to the audience right now for that dumbass joke?
I will never apologize.
Never. You could do this all day with.
I can't.
YouTube, finish the damn comment.
Greg Peck, I gotta say this, dude. If you're gonna be writing Shang-Chi sometime in the future, man, I better expect you to have like a scene equivalent to this by them building a railroad. Just saying, man.
Please do it.
Wait. Yeah, Quintus, you want them to work their way back to modern times. They have to earn the way.
Not just do that, but have them do that with a smile on their face. Like this
is
the paradise. This is the paradise we're looking for. Because this is what's happening here, dude. Look at this. Everybody's happy. Like they're smiling, and you see the Maverick and the Eagle Star guy. They're hovering above them, like, "Oh, we did a good thing." And you see Maverick has a stunner in his hand. You might as well say that's a whip at that point. You know, damn.
Well, we can't go that far.
I guess.
Okay. Well, what happens next, Cryptid? You can't just leave us here.
No, yeah, that's the end.
That's
literally
that's the end of the issue.
It says to be continued and everything.
Yeah. What? You couldn't at least finish this plot out?
No.
It's a mini series.
Yeah, we finished other issues.
Mm-hmm. You couldn't have finished this one random plot line out.
Yeah. This is why I'm saying I'm glad this is just a mini series, audience. It's just you thought the Wakandan barbecue in the back in the first issue was cringe enough. Look, this is just a whole nother level.
At least that one's harmless. At least that's harmless.
Why? Yeah, Luke Cage. Why couldn't you bring your wife? Yeah. I wonder why. You know. So, audience, Twitter.
Yeah, I just left my wife home, my kid, and my adopted son. You know, the son of the guy who did very bad things to her. Yeah, I just left them back home together.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Twitter, Blue Sky, YouTube, whatever social media platforms are out there. I am very disappointed that there wasn't an outreach at this. Really.
Maybe you should get on these sites and let people know what happened. Have you ever thought about that?
Watch. They're gonna wait till Greg Peck does like the greatest book of his life, and then randomly bring this up.
Remember when he did that racist issue? Oh, that was crazy. Why are we celebrating this racist?
What are you saying? He's a good writer. You know, he did one racist issue we didn't care about when it happened.
Look at Josiah using his super soldier serum to lift up.
Also, I feel like I think I should preface another thing.
Yeah.
I think I need to preface something. Josiah is also a Muslim character as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a double. That's a double whammy, bro.
Another checkbox right there. Hey, you also have Joaquin there because I guess because he's Hispanic, he must be working in hard labor, right? Audience, you know.
Well, that's because he's in the movie. All right, that's harmless. Okay.
Yeah. You notice how like the head of Eagle Star wants specifically black and brown people to be in this quote unquote paradise, working in the fields. Audience.
It might have just been black people until Joaquin Torres had to be in the book because of the movie, and they were like, "Oh,
no." He literally says black and brown people. The head.
No. I'm saying. I think it's because Joaquin was in the movie. They added the brown people part. That's what I'm saying.
I guess. Oh, boy.
If it's partnered with Eli in the film, it'll be all black people.
Sure.
There you go. So yeah, is anybody still hoping for Eli Bradley to be popping up in this book? Yeah, I'm just curious.
I just want another Young Avengers book, dude. That's all I'm asking for.
Once I saw him show up in costume, get the barbecue, and not to be murdered, I was done.
Yep. All right. But you guys have any more giggles you want to get out of the way before we move on to the next book?
No, because I think we should move on to the next book.
Okay. All right. So, all right, audience. With that, let's move on.
All right, let's rock, guys. This is. Yeah, I know. I was about to say, bro. That's not a book. It's a game. We are going to be talking about Devil May Cry. So the reason I got into the series recently, mainly because of Limp Bizkit. because they're doing a Devil May Cry anime, and I kept listening to that on repeat. I was like, you know what? Maybe I can play Devil May Cry. So yeah, so that's basically how I got into it. I don't know if I'm going to be like Bionicle and do all the games. I'm playing Devil May Cry 2, and that's been a thing. But if I can get past 2, if I can soldier past 2 and still have interest, we'll finish the rest of it.
He said he on peak, y'all. Don't worry. He said he on peak. Y'all should play 2. Y'all should go out your way to buy and play 2. He said he on peak. I'm telling you. It's the shadow that they called every franchise. Trust me, okay?
Listen, DMC fans aren't Sonic fans, okay? They're not going to flip on a dime years later and be like, DMC 2 was underrated. Okay? It's not happening. But anyway.
They think it's all right. The game is just not a good DMC.
Yeah. Anyway, so our story is 2 millennia ago. There was a war between the human world and the underworld. But someone from the underworld woke up to justice and stood against the Legion alone. His name was Sparta. Later, he quietly reigned and continued to maintain harmony until his death. He became the legend, the legendary Dark Knight, Sparta. But our story, Devil May Cry, is a horror hack and slash adventure starring Dante, the son of Sparta. He's a devil hunter with a taste for pizza and payback. He runs a small business called Devils Never Cry. At this time, it was called Devils Never Cry. It will be retconned to be Devil May Cry, but there we are. So, but he's been waiting on a lead for his real target, Mundus, the demon king responsible for his mother and his twin brother Virgil's death. One night, a mysterious woman named Trish, right here, gives him that lead. Mundus is on Melee Island, where his 2-generation-long battle is about to unfold. So one thing you should know is that this was originally meant to be a Resident Evil title, and this is Resident Evil like back in the day, like 1 through 3. So like this game has fixed camera angles, that gothic horror aesthetic, that puzzle-solving vibe. But I think what makes it different, well, obviously what makes a difference is there are monsters in this game, but you are also the monster. See, Dante isn't just really strong, he's nearly immortal. I mean, at the 2 points in the game, he gets like a sword put in his chest, and he takes that shit out and he just starts wielding it himself. Like he has a healing factor that would make Wolverine blush. So how this translates in the game, so in the game, you're going to be mastering basically combos, mastering your style, and you're also going to be using your devil trigger. This is basically his powered up Super Saiyan form. In this game, it's tied to his specific weapons. From my understanding, later he'll just have one devil trigger. So, for now, it's just like weapon based. Yeah. There are 5 main bosses in the game, and most of them have 3 different fights. So you'll be fighting 4 of these bosses 3 times each. These bosses are Phantom, Griffin, Nightmare, and my favorite, Nilo Angelo, and of course the Demon King himself, Mundus, who is currently my favorite Devil May Cry villain of all time. I just like the way they present this guy.
You recognize those names from a different game?
Yes, I do, and it all ties in to a later game we were nowhere near close to. But yes, each of these bosses you'll be fighting 3 different times, and each boss reveals something new about Dante. At the very beginning of the game, you learn that Dante's a very cocky guy and he has this vengeance mission, but each time he fights a boss, you learn something like interesting about him. The first boss highlights just how there's something over there. The first boss highlights just how strong Dante is. I think he died when he's dying. The Phantom's like, "Oh my God, you're Sparta." He's like, "Nah, man, I'm his son." And I was like, this shit was hype. When you get to Griffin, though, this is where the game takes a turn. Up until this point, the game is kind of like when you get into a fight, there's like this rock music that plays that really hypes you up into this point. When you beat the Griffin for the last time, Mundus shows up. And not just Mundus, it's not Mundus, it's the spirit of Mundus. See, Griffin loses, and he's like, "Damn, Dante, you're strong, but I can't just give up because I serve Mundus. So, Mundus, please give me strength." And this dude, Mundus, not him, but his spirit shows up in the sky. And he's like, "You failed me. you're a fucking loser. And like a fucking god, he strikes him with like on some like Old Testament shit, like some lightning comes out of the sky and obliterates this giant ass griffin. And basically you learn it's cliche, but the way it's presented is like so like what's the word I'm looking for? Lovecraftian. It was like really cool to see. And that's really what I like about Mundus as a villain too. Every time you see Mundus in this game, like he gives you the presence of a final boss. There's not much to him. He's evil. He killed Dante's family, but that's enough. Yeah, so but one of the more interesting bosses in the game that really shows a lot about Dante's character is when you run into Nilo Angelo. Unlike Mundus's other minions, Nilo fights with honor, which Dante constantly points out, like, hey, you're not like the other ones. I kind of respect you. I kind of like you. Why do you got to work for this Mundus guy? But Nilo, I think the first time Nilo even fights Dante, he wins. But he spares Dante when he sees Dante's amulet, which was given to him by his mother. And then you fight him 2 other times, and each time you fight Nilo Angelo, he's stronger, and he fights less like another boss and more like he's a more experienced player of Devil May Cry. It's kind of scary. I remember the last time I fought this guy, I think I lost to him 4 different times because he was just so good. He was just whooping my ass. But eventually I did beat him, and you find out that actually Nilo Angelo is Dante's brother, his twin brother Virgil, who was tortured and defeated by Mundus for 10 years and turned into a slave, essentially. And Dante has just killed his brother unknowingly, so he has to live with the fact that he killed his brother, unfortunately. But by killing his brother, he does get the weapon of his father's sword, the sword of Sparta. So there's that. Then the real reason, this sparked the review right off the bat. I said I have to talk about this. This boss right here, this little shit right here, it's called Nightmare. This thing sucks. I fucking hate this thing.
Dude,
okay,
and it's like in the future game. You just don't understand yet.
Dude, just glancing at this, man, I didn't even think this was a boss. I just thought this was a stack of turds, man. Like,
let me run through you how this boss works. You can only damage it by hitting a glowing orb that appears randomly around from its body. Depending on where it shows up, it might trigger a different attack. While you're waiting for him to do that, he's also going to be attacking you with like different like small abilities, but if you get hit by them, they will hurt. If there's also a light mechanic, he can only be solidified in the light. If there's no more light, he turns into a sludge monster. While he's a sludge monster, you have to find a light switch, hit the light switch with the combo, 2 combos if you want it to go to turn back on. While that's happening, he will send sludge monsters to grab you and self-destruct on you unless if you move away and jump, and then he'll knock it off. If you get caught into
like the Resident Evil boss.
Yes, but there's more. There's more. If you get caught in the sludge before you turn on the light, he drags you to a different plane of existence where you have to fight 5 skeletons and a previous boss fight that you've already beaten before going back up to him and finishing the fight where you started. Okay? You have to fight this thing 2 different times. That was fine. The first time was a challenge. The second time was a little fun, I'll admit. Then there's the third time. Okay. The third time you have to do that again, but he closes you into a tiny space, so you even have less room to dodge. If you get caught this time, you get dragged down, and instead of fighting a previous boss, you have to fight Virgil again. In that boss fight, you have to fight a super boss and this boss. If you somehow beat Virgil, you go back, continue the fight with what little health you have left. If you get the boss to 25% health, Trish, hang on, let me make sure you know, this bitch right here, turns out she works for Mundus. So she betrays you mid-boss fight. While you're trying to finish this boss off, while it has 25% health, she's going to electrocute you from behind the walls. You can't stop her from doing this. Okay. While you're fighting Trish and this monster, you have to beat the monster. Once you beat it, it comes back with 25% more health, and you have to beat it again. I was so exhausted by the end of this fight. I wanted to kill Trish, bro. I was so mad.
See, audience, this is why I'm more of a Stardew Valley sort of guy. So yeah,
this boss was ass. And Dante almost kills Trish, but you find out actually that the reason that he has such a soft spot for Trish is because Trish looks like his mother. That's right. This girl has the face of Dante's mother.
Not just the face, but the body. But they wanted to act like they were going to get together one day.
Yes, this game plays up a romantic angle.
Question: Is she also named? Does she have the maiden name of Martha?
No, no, it's just Trish.
Okay. Trish, middle name Martha. God.
Why did you say that name? But anyway, after you get through Nightmare, I was kind of like ready to be done with the game, but we had to beat Mundus. Mundus again. Really cool villain for Devil May Cry. I don't think any Devil May Cry other than Virgil, no other Devil May Cry villain lives up to this dude. When you go to Mundus after he nearly kills you because he has Trish hostage and Dante doesn't want Trish to die, he's like no, and then like Trish sacrifices herself. Yeah, so Trish sacrifices herself and Dante gets a rage boost. And he's like, show yourself, Mundus, because Mundus fighting Dante the whole time is in this fucking statue. Like he's not even fighting Dante; he's just stuck in a statue. Mundus. This motherfucker,
a statue, guys. Just remember that.
He's just fighting in a statue. This motherfucker Mundus, he rips his body apart, reveals himself as this giant angelic being, and does a domain expansion, ripping apart dimensional space, trapping you and Dante in another dimension, and you have a fight in the cosmos, bro. This shit is crazy. So, and once you beat the first phase of Mundus, he knocks you down, like he knocks you out of your super form, and you fight him in the pits of hell, bro. Like this shit was so hype, bro. Like I love this shit. But inevitably you do beat Mundus. Well, you kind of beat Mundus. You beat him enough to get him to stop bothering you, essentially. And Dante has this romantic moment where she's dying, and Dante's like, I should have been the one to fill your dark soul with light. And then that's literally how he says it. And so then he lets Trish die.
Love early 2000s dubbing.
Right. Well, you know what's funny? I found out that the reason that line got in was because they only did one take, but the actor's voice cracked mid line, and both the English team and the Japanese team heard it and was like, "Nah, keep that shit in. That's funny." So
we got a couple comments, Jake. We got a couple comments. Heavy Smolga say Mundus, and also saying round 2.
Mundus. Anyway, so on your way out, you have to fight Mundus again. This one is way easier. I kind of feel embarrassed because I was so afraid Mundus. I knew I was gonna fight him again. I was so afraid that Mundus was gonna kill me. I spent all my my orbs, my currency on health items and revives, but he was like piss easy at this point. So I was like, oh, I just kind of wasted it. Anyway, you have to fight Mundus again, but then Trish comes back and she's like, Dante, use my power, and then like Dante gets powered up, and then he seals Mundus away. He doesn't kill him, but he like seals him back into the demon world and shit like that. Anyway, so the duo fly off into the sunset, and Trish says that she's gonna be Dante's sidekick, and they're gonna hunt demons for the rest of their lives. And there you go, Devil May Cry. So, what do I think of this game? I think this game is fun. I think this game is a gem, but it has its problems. People will commonly complain about the camera. It matters in boss fights. I don't think it really bothers me. And when I'm going like from scene to scene, usually the enemies are just close enough, and you can kind of predict what the enemies are doing. You kind of know even off camera the moves you're dodging. Some of the boss fights are kind of ass because of the cameras, though. Neo Angelo's okay, but the Griffin boss fight there's the second one you do, and he's in the sky, but the camera doesn't focus on the Griffin at all, and there's a lot of shit in the way of the camera, so you can't really see him. I just kind of winged it, no pun intended, until I beat him. But what I will say about the camera that I really like is how it sets the tone in the atmosphere. Like Melee Island is its own character in and of itself. Again, I brought this up earlier, but like the game starts off with like kind of this horror motif, but it's kind of okay because you're Dante the Devil Slayer. Halfway through the game, that shit goes away. Like they amp up the horrorness. Like there's no more combat music like halfway through the game. That rock. Yeah, the horrorness takes over. When you encounter enemies, the horror music, there's no music at all. Things kind of get more intense. The castle kind of warps around you. Familiar places you've been to become changed ever so slightly to give you that off feeling, like the skies turn into storms and all this shit. Like it's really fucking cool. In terms of Devil May Cry stories, I'm not saying it's the best. Like if you did cutscenes from this compared to Devil May Cry 3 and 5, it can't really compete. But if we're talking about tone-wise, well, I haven't played Devil May Cry 3 yet. I will go with Devil May Cry 5. I think tone-wise, I like this story a lot more. And nothing against Devil May Cry 5. I love that story for what it is. I just love the atmosphere in this one better. For what it is. I also like that this is a more serious Dante, which makes sense because this is the one person Dante actually hates in all of existence. So while he is his cocky self from the games that will follow, except for 2, I do like that Dante's character is still is more focused. Like he's more serious. Like he hates
say except for 2 like that. Like you did say, you just like the more serious story, Dante. Okay.
What? Say that again.
Don't say except for 2 with that tone. After just saying you like a more serious Dante.
I guess instead of serious, I meant to say I like a focused Dante in this story specifically because this is the one guy Dante wants to kill. When we get to Devil May Cry 2, it'll be a different story. But yeah, I really do appreciate this game for what it is. It really does lay the groundwork. The combos. Another thing I like about this game is like you really have to learn the combos. You can just mash the buttons. You won't get that far. It will be a lot harder than if you just learn how to pace yourself, use those buttons correctly, use the right weapons at the right time, or experiment your own way, but make sure you're using the combos and the devil trigger. And for fans interested in this game, when you get the chance, get Air Raid and Air Hike, because after those 2 upgrades, you don't need much else other than your double trigger. So there you go. Devil May Cry is a great entry to the series. I'm playing 2 right now, and it is it's Devil May Cry, I guess.
You better watch what you said.
Yes. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm probably gonna see if I can get further into later tonight. But yeah, there you go. That's it.
Gotcha. All right.
Don't mind me while I die. Okay.
Oh yeah. This is random. This is not really on point. Jake, Spider-Man, the show ends tomorrow. So what day you want to try to review that? Because I forgot to ask earlier.
No, we'll just do it on
next Monday.
I'll think about it. Next Monday. Yeah, Monday is probably Monday's fine. Yeah, we're not doing it. We're not doing a 5-nighter. We're not doing a 5-nighter. No.
We are not doing another special extra night after this week. So all right. Okay. All right. I guess with that, audience, we're gonna move on to the next topic. Austin, this is you, dude.
Oh. Okay. What? One World Under Doom. So people don't remember, Doom has been Sorcerer Supreme for 3 months. I think it was December.
For a little bit, yeah.
But they did it early, I guess, because they realized Marvel was in I won't say Marvel was in a bad spot, but it did feel like it was in a slump where stories were just kind of going. There wasn't really anything like super interesting going on, and besides like Spider-Man controversy.
And also keep in mind, audience, this is the event we got in place of a King event. So let's not forget that. So
I'm actually happy with that because I think it'll be Rise North's first event so far.
Mm-hmm.
So let him get a big event like this out the gate. It's going to be interesting. I'm kind of interested to see how that writer specifically handles it. People don't know Ryan North is the current Fantastic Four writer, but he's also like a more Star Trek writing when it comes to Fantastic Four. So watching him tackle Doom, take over the world is going to be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But so we cut to issue 1, and basically the first part of this book is just hyping Doom up. Mm-hmm. He had made peace across the world. He had ended all wars. He let people know, look, I'm going to save y'all. I'm that guy. All right? Not the Avengers. Not that goddamn Reed fellow. I'm not even going to say his name. Not even that guy. Not the man made of rocks. Me.
Yeah. Also, I know, and also don't mind. Just replace your country's flag with a flag of mine. There you go. And we're all
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
No, you don't really care about that flag. You don't go outside and look at that flag with pride all the time. Look at inflation. You don't care. But under him, he like people. Everyone's going to eat. Everyone's going to get food. It's going to be great. Now's the time to embrace this new life that y'all have. Doom is mercy. Doom. No, here you go. Wait. These minor uprisings of people don't matter to me. For guess what? Victor stands as always. And these provinces, these little uprisings won't be punished. For Doom is mercy. But even Doom's mercy has its limits. As he beat up some black guy. Who is this black dude? Yep. It's a black dude who looks like Norman from the TV, from the Spider-Man cartoon, where he got the green suit.
He's a guy in the military audience.
I thought it was Rhodey at first. I was like, no, they want you word like that. That's dirty.
Apparently, he works for the Air Force. Yeah, I have the book in front of me too, so I'm just trying to skim that too.
Yeah, that was it. When they said work for the Air Force, I just thought I just assumed it was Rhodey for some reason.
Gotcha.
The Air Force specifically was the weird choice.
Rhodey later,
yeah, but we cut to the Avengers and the Fast Four and whoever else just wants to show up at the Phanatic Four building. And I had to talk to Cryptus about this last week. Yeah. But so Squirrel Girl is here, and then for some random reason, a friend of hers just in the conversation, talking like she does this stuff weekly. And I was like, "Who the fuck is this person?" Her name is Nancy Whitehead. Like, who are you?
Are you talking about Squirrel Girl?
Why are you here? No, Squirrel Girl's best friend.
Which one?
Is in the meeting with Heroes. I don't know. She just says her best friend, Nancy Whitewood. I said her name already. You don't know her name. I'm not sending the picture.
I didn't hear you.
Nancy Whitehead.
Yeah, I know who Nancy is.
Okay.
No one else does. Congratulations. Yeah. She shouldn't be at this table.
Yep. So,
after I hear Dr. Strange say, damn, Doom is using magic to control our minds, I shouldn't hear Nancy Whitehead comment, okay? After this. Yeah. No offense to her, but this is the big hands on deck event. I don't know who you are.
Yeah. They should have brought in Koi Boy and Chipmunk Hunk instead.
I at least know who that is.
Anyway, back to the book, Austin.
But bro, it took me so hard because she got like multiple lines in this book. I was like, who is this person? But whatever. They're trying to figure out what's going on. So basically, Doom's using magic to make regular people subservient. This is one thing I brought up before. In Doom War, when they tell you Doom's going to, when Doom takes over the world, the only world the Earth knows true peace and all Earth stuff. This is how it's always going to be. I mean, I feel like me and Critter had this debate on YouTube before, where it was like realistically, anytime everyone has free will, it's always going to be some type of fight going on. So if Doom will take the world, it's going to have to be through like full force or just straight mind through. And I guess Doom hurt him.
Remember, the ultimate egotist only demands that his face be on everybody's minds as he makes everybody aware this is Doom's world. So yeah,
everybody he's affecting everybody but heroes because I guess because he wants to show them up, and it's really funny to me. So they're all like basically they're all coming up with them. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Continue.
You get Hydra led by Baron Zemo being like, "Yeah, we're gonna kick Doom's ass, and then we're gonna take over the world." You're like, "Bro, no."
I found
y'all had y'all chance when y'all had evil Captain America. Your chance over.
I found that like really weird and random that Zemo's like, okay, I'm going to take the fight to Doom, so I'm just going to take myself and a couple of other random fodder Hydra troopers, and yeah, we alone are going to be able to defeat Doom. Like, what?
I said the same thing. That's why I was like, I think this book shows Nolan, Ryan's North, I won't say weakness in writing like this type of stuff, But I can see why he prefers to write his regular style. Because like this is a terrible battle plan from like an experienced tactician.
Yep.
But we'll move on for that. We'll move on for that. But he shows up, he gets whooped, and then next time you see him, like, yeah, well, me and Doom, we're best friends. Doom's right. Doom Supreme needs to go.
No.
Go to next.
Also, let me just point this out, audience. Like, Doom, Zemo doesn't just go and attack Doom. He literally televises that he's going to attack Doom. Like, he televises he just caused a hole in one of his barriers, and he just entered. Like, what? Okay. Yep. There you
go. So I shared this picture just to show people Invisible Woman casually just stealing Wonder Woman's jet because that's how easy it is. All right.
Well, she already stole Green Lantern's power, so you might as well steal Wonder Woman's jet. Like her light construct.
At least she'll put it to better use than Wonder Woman does.
Gotcha. I mean, her powers just evolved to basically Green Lantern constructs at this point, audience. So yeah.
To be fair, she always did constructs. She was just bad at it.
Okay.
I get to you. I'll let that comparison slide. But we get our first scene of Johnny and Peter together since Johnny had the mustache. When I tell you, I almost had this picture. I don't think I did, but it was on me off purpose because I keep forgetting that Johnny has a mustache. So seeing him with a mustache to Peter, it was like, oh, what the fuck? It's kind of gross.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to comment on that. So the Avengers are outside. They're like, I want to say like 100 meters from Latveria, blocked out by a force field. The thing for the first time, I want to say, since early this run of Ryan North says something about his Aunt Petunia. I just thought it was funny. I don't know. He doesn't say it that often anymore, so it caught me off guard.
Well, after that stunt you mentioned about Ben Grimm mentioning Aunt Petunia only for Doom's mentor to say okay, fine, let me teleport Aunt Petunia here and punch her in the face.
So funny though.
Oh God.
Yeah. So for full context, people don't know. Doom, they had this dumb retcon that no one liked where Doom had a mentor who was teaching him to be Doom and making him as good as he was, called the Mark of Death. And when he tried to fight the Fantastic Four, the thing confronted him and basically called him a bitch and then said, my Aunt Petunia can beat you up. But he said, intriguing. Let's find out. And he teleported her into the room and then punched her in the face. And it was so funny.
Oh, God, dude.
And I think that's the last time they mentioned her until like the Fantastic Four came back.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, continue, man.
Well, they're just trying to figure out their style of attack and what they do. And then this will get the panel of Zemo and Doom standing next to each other post up. He's like, yeah, man, Doom's pretty great guy. I thought he was gonna kill me, but with Hydra, we're gonna do it.
Look at
nothing
Doom.
so that you're on the right side of history than having the former Nazi group doing your cause.
Yeah, audience, you look at that. Doom's teamed up with a Nazi, right?
I won't lie though, Cricket. I really hope that fake YouTube Doom guy comments on this. Yeah. I'd love to see his justification for it.
I recognize power when I see
on Twitter,
it.
Man, you gotta hit him up.
I definitely will.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. He'll just be wearing my colors from now on. Like, okay.
What, red and black?
Yeah, the green cloak with that.
Green. Yeah.
So, Cryptid, you're gonna be wearing green?
Oh hell no, man! Like, there's no way I'm gonna be trained to red, white, and blue and green, man.
You don't even wear red, white, and blue. You wear red and black. That's what you asked me.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, in my costume version, but in real life, I wear the red, white, and blue with pride. Yep. So.
When we get a panel or like the Avengers talking, and I didn't get this picture. I really wish I did because it feels like their artist just traced over old picture of Thor, where Thor has like the blue eyes and stuff. Because Thor's people don't know Thor's like in the classic costume right now. But the pose and the eye thing, like, it feels like it's been traced over. I'm not going to say the artist did, but that's what it feels like. It feels so out of place. But basically, they come with their plan attack, which is a really shitty plan. What basically Captain Marvel tells them, well, if you feel like you can, if you feel like breaking on that barrier, you can go in that group, and if you're not, just start blowing shit up, I guess.
Yeah, let's not forget, audience. We have 2 Captain Americas here, but we all have to listen to Carol Danvers leading the charge and being the captain.
To be fair, she is literally the leader of the Avengers right
now. Okay, just saying. All right.
And
I get what you're saying.
What is this woman not doing?
Look, Jack McKay's Carol is a good character, but I don't think Ryan North has a lot of experience writing this character in general, so it comes off kind of clunky. And it also doesn't help that Marvel likes to act like Carol's a better tactician than everyone else for some reason.
Yep.
Marvel did a whole list of top 2 tacticians and had her above Captain America and Scott Summers.
I still never got over that, audience. Damn.
Yeah, it threw everybody for a loop because Carol has no major victory as a leader of the team.
Yep. Anyway,
but let's slide. We gotta move on. It focus on her. We get just group shots of people fighting Hydra. And to be fair, the artist did pretty good with all this stuff. It's a whole lot of back-to-back shots. I keep forgetting this chick is Black Widow. Like her new with the hoodie, not the hoodie, the hood, and her hair always throws me off now. She's not wearing her Venom suit anymore. People don't know she lost it in some side event. I don't remember what happened.
Yeah. About time, man.
Reed, in this panel, Reed gets 2 fighting panels, and it's weird. I don't know what he's doing. I guess he's grabbing them and squeezing them, but it looks stupid. Go to the next one.
All right.
So we get a full power unibeam from Tony, and it looks pretty cool. But it comes out like lightning, the lightning strike symbol. It comes out like that, and then what the fuck wrong with your chest, bro? And a bootleg art reactors and shit. But while Hydra and the Avengers are fighting, Doom basically takes advantage of this and shows up riding himself from a different universe. But people don't know that's not a genetic dinosaur he made or something. That is Victor Von Doom from the universe with everyone's dinosaurs that he decided to ride in the battle.
We stand the Fantastic Four series where that came from. Yeah.
To be fair, in the book that is tough. It is really good. But here's bro, what the fuck?
Again, the ultimate egotist audience. So yeah.
Nah, but see, I like that Doom Dino is like a beta Doom, bro. Because how you gonna let another man ride you, bro? Doom will let that, bro.
Yeah, bro, he got enslaved, bro. Okay, it's over.
Audience, let's not forget the last time this version of Doom interacted with the T-Rex Doom. They both backstabbed each other and fought against each other. So yeah.
We saw them. They were left in that world, basically fighting each other while the Fanatics were left. So this is, I think this is both their first this is the dinosaur first reappearance. We never knew what happened to him. So Doom literally just beat his ass and said, "Yeah, guess what? You mine now. You're not Victor Von Doom. You're just my dad." Or he used a magic again. I don't know. But I was like, man, this picture right here, this is crazy. Especially since Doom Dino, as you can see, has the Godzilla breath.
Gotcha.
No, he has Godzilla breath. If you go to the next page, scripted, he's shooting laser out of his eyes. Like, bro, what are you doing? To be impressive.
An upgrade or whatever. So yeah. All right, continue on.
But Doom gets his hyped up species. Bro, guess what, y'all? What you just saw was a lie. That video you saw of Zemo months ago. I killed Zemo. I killed Blasco, and I killed some other guy whose name I forgot right now. All these Nazis
killing these guys.
Hey, which
All these
killing
Nazis,
Nazis?
they've been dead. They've been dead for months. Y'all took a whole war to do it. I did it in a day.
Hey, killing Nazis is easy, audience. It's keeping them dead that's the tricky part. I'll bring
That is
up.
true. I will give you that. They need to all die.
Mm-hmm.
And
They're
then he's
annoying,
like, bro.
annoying me. And remember the rules, guys. If you annoy me, I'm not gonna like you.
And
You
then
got
he revealed, after he did that, he basically took control of Hydra and was making them do good things for the world. He had them building hospitals back up, building schools, helping out the community.
Yeah.
And he said the Avengers, they couldn't stand that shit. So rather than risk the fact that they've been inept for all these years, they decided to try to tear down my work. Everything you just saw was him framing the Avengers, basically, to discredit them as heroes and get the world better under his spell. For the world's point of view, the Avengers just attacked their world savior after he done did all this crazy shit to save them. After been helping them up for years.
Oh yeah, let's not forget. Like a short while ago, we had Hyperion televised to the world that he's coming in to literally destroy it, only for the Avengers to come and stop them. Yeah, let's overlook that. Right?
The Avengers did stop him. They teleported him to another world where he could be happy. Okay, where's the punishment?
Yeah, they stopped him, man. All right, so
where's the punishment? Okay, he tried to commit a crime and didn't get punished. He got rewarded for the crime.
And the Earth is still standing. Yeah.
And guess what? We're standing better under Doom.
Yeah, by pointing a gun to everybody's head and calling it protection. Yeah.
Sometimes it works, okay?
As a great captain,
it's not the best life, but it's better than if Noel was taking over the planet.
Oh, geez, if Noel took over the planet, I would kill myself.
As a great captain once said, "This isn't freedom. This is fear." Yep. So.
To be fair, Doom had never denied that it was that. Okay. Anyway, we cut to the next part, and Doom is still hyping up something. Like his whole speech is good. I don't want to quote the whole thing though, but he's basically saying, "Bro, I'm gonna clear up the Avengers mess. Don't worry. I'm gonna keep y'all safe. You are safe. You are cared for. Doom is wisdom. Doom is power. Doom is prosperity." Go to the next picture. And only Doom can save us. As he pulls out his hand for this white woman and her child.
Yeah, audience, remember.
I saw the people making Dr. Umar jokes, by the way, and I was like, "Man, Doom's not black. What are you talking about?"
Yeah, let's not forget. Yeah, audience, let's not forget a couple issues. Not too long ago, Sam Wilson helped a truck driver that was about to die, and hey, where's that televised? Right? You think that was televised?
What you're telling me is that Sam needs a better marketing team.
I know a guy.
See which guy?
But I think he's in space right now, so you're gonna have to find a way to hit him up on Zoom or something.
Gotcha.
But
yeah, he's hanging out with all the bird people.
Okay. So
when it comes to the issue, that's it. And the next stuff is Doom Academy #1, which is Strange Academy, but Doom people. Thunderbolts Doom Strike, which I will read. It depends on how good it is, if I'll talk about it or not. X Factor, where Angel's a Doom person for some reason. Weapon X-Men, with them fighting Doom and stuff. Storm #5, Fantastic Four. That's all the major stuff. Oh yeah, Red Hulk #1, whenever that decides to come.
Yep.
But go to the next picture.
That's the last picture of this Doom event.
Yeah. But I had the Marvel Rivals picture in that same pack. That's
okay. Okay, yeah, we have that. Just wanted to be sure. But yeah.
So I was gonna go throw this in here because I didn't want to spend a lot of stuff on time on Monday because we're apparently gonna get a lot of news going into next week, one way or another. Because there's a lot of Radiant Black and Rogue Sun stuff I forgot to share that I'll share later. But the Thing and Johnny Storm has finally come to Marvel Rivals in 3 days, the 21st. That means we'll finally had a full Fantastic Four in a game since Ultimate when they're just DLC, they weren't in the main game. You had to pay to play them.
Yeah.
But Brittany, you saw their gameplay. Everyone I talked to is way more excited to play at the thing than Johnny Storm. Because apparently, I didn't realize this. When it comes to Marvel rival characters, apparently, if you can fly, they automatically hate you right now. Because of Iron
Man. Oh, wow. Yeah, blame the rich guy for that.
But both characters have unique power sets that seem fun and strong. But I also want to comment to this. If you play this game and you see someone plays as the Hulk and another person plays as the Thing on opposite teams, stay out the fight. All right? That's the honorable 1v1. And you have to let it happen and let it finish. There's no jumping. There's no jumping in. There's none of that. Okay? You let them fight. You see, then you can kill the winner. That's it. That's all.
God. Listen to Austin, audience. I'm sure fans don't just want to play Thing just so you can do the fastball special after all, right?
You don't have Colossus. We can't do the fastball special.
Well, Thing is doing that.
Colossus is coming to X-Men stuff. Like the team up stuff is going to be. There's one more spot in that team up for Colossus to also do it.
Yeah, I mean, there's Thing is literally throwing Wolverine in a fastball special combo.
It's not the fastball special though. If it's not with Colossus,
there's been different
She-Hulk
variations.
They still call it the fastball special.
Yeah, Deadpool did it with Jeff the Shark,
which trademark fastball special. You could call it a fastball special, but if it doesn't have that trademark, there's not it.
I'm pretty sure one of the X-Men did that with Kitty Pryde through her as a fastball special. So yeah.
Are you guys not hearing me? It's the fastball special trademark.
Okay. So, all right.
When it got moveset wise, the Thing looked just more generally fun to play with because Johnny's going to be mainly in air. He does have a meteor ability when he crashes to the ground and stuff. That's going to be fun. But when it comes to costumes, throughout the gate, Ben's costume and MVP is going to play better. They gave him the trench coat, but they gave him the style from the Fantastic Four Grimm series, where he's investigating this magical death of like one of the Yancey Street people.
Yeah.
So it's a lot more details. He has a camera. He has this like little notebook. He's writing notes and stuff in. And he looks in the rain. He looks up. It's really good. Johnny gets his negative zone gladiator skin. So, Chris, I want you to know the main reason I want to do this because I'm going to tell you, I saw 8 TikToks back to back talking about Johnny in that skin. And actively saying he went crazy and he was evil because they did not read the book. So if he was an adult, no. Johnny Storm died and he was being tortured and killed and brought back to life by a nihilist. And he basically took over. He saved everyone there and he brought them to Earth. That's Earth 616. And he had a nihilist like on a chain with a control stick, power rod, or whatever it's called. Control rod in his head. And every TikToker I've seen who talked about it, except for one lady, actively kept saying that he was evil, he was insane, and all that stuff. Because they thought for some reason all the Fantastic Four would have these villain suits because the Reed had the maker and Sue had malice. They just automatically assumed that story was evil. And it was actually aggravated.
Gotcha.
And so before we go to the next day, Cryptid said if the Ben Grimm gets a power up in the comics, he will buy me the skin. So I need y'all to spam the writers, Ryan North, God himself, anybody. Then tell him to get his man any type of power up. Yeah. I don't care if his big toe is slightly bigger. All right.
Hey, it has to be a power up equivalent to what Sue and Johnny had to go through. So all right.
Okay. So it had to at least be equal in stature to Johnny making a clone. I can deal with that.
Or Sue blocking the sun from the Earth. Audience. Yeah.
To be fair, that's more consistent with Sue already doing.
Okay.
I'll give you the Reed power up, where he made himself a 4-dimensional being and all the other crazy shit. That's impossible. I don't think they're going to be that good. But the Johnny making a clone, we can make that work.
Gotcha.
Please.
But alright then. Fun topic to talk about, audience. Did you get your Fantastic Four fill to that for tonight? Did you all? Yes? No?
They
Doom?
All I wanted was Doom.
There's a lot of juice in here.
Dude, I swear, in that Doom event, if I was there, man, I would have been like the rebel fighter, man. As soon as I saw Doctor Doom making that transmission, I'm like, time to get my trench coat, time to get my bandana. Oh, I'm getting this guy, man.
Bro, straight to
Right?
red, bro.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would have
I'm
been.
going
The Avengers
I would
would have
have
been
been.
mad at me.
Mhm.
They would have been mad
Oh,
at me because
really?
I would have did nothing. I would have been like, realistically, y'all gonna go there. He's gonna see Reed and they're gonna crash out, and then the event's gonna blow up, and y'all gonna come back sad and shit. I'm just gonna stay here. All right, once him and Reed get in the same room, one of them gonna fuck it up, and it's all gonna be okay. That's all that matters.
In the words of Shadow the Hedgehog, I'm not joining him. I'm not joining him because I want to follow him. I'm joining him because he's against you, Reed.
Basically.
All right. But all right then. I guess with that, we should probably move on to the next topic, audience. So, all right, ready? Let's move on to the next.
Finally, you guys took forever. Anyways, Monster High News Scaresemester issue 6. Okay, we're finally back at Monster High. How do you guys feel?
We are Monster High.
Exactly. But my
We
girl
need a
Dracula
monster
feels
film.
like that. I feel
We need our monsterville witch. So go
Exactly.
ahead.
Our girl is stressed. Because I think Christopher Chaos is on a hiatus right now, so I have to be very patient. Anyway, so we got to start in the woods. Ooh, in a cabin. I know we're not right back at Monster High, but we're about to. So we see Hezekiah's Steam, who is Rebecca's father. Yeah, he's the reason why she's alive. Go figure, because she's a fucking robot. Of course, he built a robot. Anyways, he's writing a letter to Headmistress Bloodgood, because remember, she's still missing. So after he finishes his letter, he looks behind him, and he's like, because he hears a creak, because this is a cabin. I wonder why. It's a cabin made of wood. And he turns around, and he's like, I see you finally found me. And we see a mysterious hand. I wonder who this hand could be. Do you have theories?
It's my hand.
Yes.
Oh wait, the hand of Mundus. There you go. He is a monster. He's a monster. He should be here.
Yeah, I think he might have a kid come who attends here. Maybe.
Isn't Trish his kid?
I don't know. Devil May Cry.
All right, I'm asking Austin, but
what the hell are you talking about?
Mundus made Trish? Doesn't that make Trish his kid?
No.
All right.
It would make more sense if Dante was here than Trish.
Dante would kill all of these people. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, he'd be all right.
Not the kids. They're kids.
He got a heart on him. All right, as
long as they're not trying to kill humans, he'll be okay.
Yeah, he's a humanist. Okay, he believes in the human race. All right.
Yeah, but there's a human going to the school. There's a half normie at the school right now.
The cryptid.
Go
ahead.
Yeah. We're not even at the meat and potatoes yet. We just got started. Anyways, so our lovely narrator is speaking while we're outside the school, and we see Cleo, Malady, and Persephone. They're in the bathroom because that's where all the gossip with the Goyleys has. Trust me. And Cleo is like, "Oh, I'm worried about Gulia. I haven't seen her in a while, and I wonder if she's in trouble." And of course these two. I wouldn't call them bitches because they're cats, but if you could think of a cat version of bitches, then come back to me on that.
I'm looking it up right now.
Isn't it a certain P word witch?
Pussies?
Yeah, isn't that the equivalent? Like, come on,
I don't know.
Wait. The feline equivalent of the term bitch is called queen.
Yes, queen. Yes.
No one's calling someone queen as an insult. So
I don't think anyone's ever been called a queen as an insult. Anyways, going back to it, they're like, "Oh please, she loves to see her parents. It took the senior crew. She's fine as normal." And it's like, quit with the paranoia. Like, no need to get your bandages in a bunch. keep in mind she's a zombie, first of all, so Gulia's gonna be slow as hell, even though she doesn't want to be slow as hell. She just was born that way, okay? Anyways, and Cleo was like, maybe you're right, and all this other stuff. You know, I mean, I would be a little bit concerned if my friend went missing and they didn't hit me up beforehand, you know. And so we cut over to Claudine over here, and her brother Claude. Before you're like, why with the similar names? Shut up. That's why. Anyways, so Claudine's like, what do you want? And he's like, whoa, like, what happened with you? Like, did someone slip some silver in your kibble or something? And she's like, oh, I just heard mom and dad fighting over the phone on the phone last night, and it sucks ass. You think they'll ever bury this hatchet? And Claude's like, I sure hope so. I miss how things used to be. I'm just like, motherfucker, okay, that's not your fault though. Anyways, so we see Draculaura outside of the death school counselor. Because, you know, my girl is stressed out right now. And I'm surprised not a lot of people are in the Monster High communities actually reading this comic because it's so good. Anyways, so Draculaura goes in, you know, and you know, she's just talking about how she's stressed out about all her responsibilities. And so the counselor, who's literally a Grim Reaper kind of character, he's like, no. How do you feel? And she's like, oh, I'm completely fucking drained right now. And it sucks. And he's like, okay, you and me both. But what can we do? You know, it's not our fault. And she's like, aren't you supposed to be like guiding me or something? You're a counselor. And he's like, yeah, you're right. Maybe do stuff that will put a little less pressure off of you. Like, is there anyone you might know who's going through something similar? Like, maybe reach out to them for support. And so we cut to a scene with Draculaura and her father, Dracula, if you're curious. And he's like, Draculaura, where have you been? And she tries to lie, and she was like, oh, I just went out for a moonlit stroll. And he's like, you abandoned your work and responsibilities to take a walk? And then she admits that she was out at, no, you know, before she was able to fully admit what she did. He was like, or were you out like gallivanting in the normie world with that one troublemaker again? And she apologizes, you know, she just wants to hang out with vampires her age, okay? There's not a lot of vampires around her age, you know, like it sucks. And Dracula's like, I have to say I'm disappointed. Like, lying is a grave transgression for a vampire. And she's like, I'll never do it again, I promise. And he's like, of course you won't. Like, you're forbidden from seeing Winston again, like and all this other stuff. And she's like, what the fuck? I can't have one nice thing because of you. Like, it fucking sucks. And it's also like alluded to that her dad is dead. I don't know. It's like weird. Don't ask questions that I'm gonna get the clarification for later. So we cut back to the guidance counselor, and he finishes off saying, like, you've been you've been drowning in responsibility since your dad died, haven't you? See, I told you he was dead. And it's like, girl, you don't have to do all this right now, okay? Like, I know, but still, you don't have to like stress your shit out right now. Don't be me right now. Anyway, so she leaves the guidance counselor. She's holding a bunch of papers, you know, and basically she quits she like kind of quits the fear leading squad. She gives up like her student bloody council responsibilities to Claude. Like, she resigns from it, by the way. He's like, what the fuck? What's happening? But anyways, so we cut over to a garments class, like, you know, where you learn how to fucking sew and shit, which sewing is essential skill to know, okay? If you don't know how to sew, you should get on that. Anyways, so Cleo is like, I'm glad that Dracula is taking care of herself, but the fear leading routine is totally fucked because, like, first, like, we're still missing Decala, and a whole bunch of people are missing right now, and it sucks. And so Frankie is like, when's the last time we saw Gulia? And Cleo's like, I haven't seen her since the day of the last, like, grave ball game. But she did leave her bag there on the bleachers, so I was able to read a little comic. But she just never returned. You know, Meowth and Persephone are telling me that I'm paranoid. But it's like, hey, Cleo and Gulia are beasties, okay? They're best friends over here. Like, I would be a bit concerned of that, too. And so, Frankie, being the best, is like, oh, I believe you, Cleo. Like, should we call her parents and everything? And Cleo's like, her parents think that she's on her way to visit them. Like, they would lose their shit if they find out that she was missing. And so Cleo gets a great idea. She hits up Crypt Crier, who is kind of like the gossip, kind of like spilling the beans on everything. And so, yeah, we cut over to like a little school event where there's a hissing booth, okay? And so Claudine and Deuce start chatting about stuff, and it's like, you knew Cleo was gonna be at this, and you know what Cleo's gonna do if she sees you two talking, and you guys are still talking to each other. Why can't you guys just text each other?
I know,
I'll
right?
talk to you too.
Like, stop talking to each other in person. Just text each other for 5 seconds. And so, guess who pulls up? Cleo pulls up, and she's like, "Wow, a hissing booth? Like, what the hell, man?" And Deuce is like, hey, it wasn't my idea. Claude was supposed to man the booth, but he has to take Draculaura's place. And so Claudine is like, why are you always hounding Deuce? Like, he's got a lot going on too, you know? And Cleo's like, what could he possibly have, quote unquote, going on that I'm not privy to? And so Claudine and Deuce look at each other. They're like, And Cleo just like huffs away. She's like, I see. Well, you two enjoy each other's company. I need to tighten my bandages. So we cut over to Claude. He has to make an announcement. Ooh, announcement. And it's a charity event, so you have to do a charity speech, I guess. So we see people hanging out, He's like, oh, the Student Bloody Council has raised enough money to provide synthetic blood and brains to all vampire and zombie students. Thanks to the groundbreaking inventions of Hezekiah's Steam and the research with Headmaster Frankenstein. Keep in mind, Rebecca is all sad and alone because when they brought up her dad went missing. We don't know what happened to him.
Yeah.
Where did he go? Where is Hezekiah's Steam? Anyway, so Claude is a little bit stressed while he's reading all this. And also Manny is breathing down his neck for some reason. I don't know. But he's like, oh, and Headmistress Bloodgood's tireless advocacy, to reinstate of monster claws, has successfully increased the production of synthetic monster meal. So it's great. Yay! So Frankie's like, is it just me or does everyone seem a little short-circuited? Like, it's kind of suspicious. And Claudine's like, listen, I love you, but I've got a lot on my plate right now. It's like, yeah, no shit. Okay, your ex-girlfriend is dating Winona Spider over here. Her parents are going through a divorce, and it's just like, she can't win. She can't fucking win. And Claudine's like, with all the drama going on in my life, I'm just trying to make amends with Cleo. It's pretty far down on my list of priorities. I was like, yeah, I mean, I guess, but have you ever tried therapy? Have you ever tried going to the guidance counselor? That's what they're there for. I know they sucked ass for me, but maybe they'll be a bit better for you. Anyway, so Frankie's like, okay, not to add to your worries, but Cleo's also been upset with Gulia's missingness. So they get a little notification on their phones. And guess what? Cleo sees it too while she's in a huff. But while she's looking at it, she trips over someone. A character that I've never seen up until this point, but that's just me personally. But I like her design. Her name's Skellen. She's a zombie character as well. I like her design.
Wait.
Yeah.
Well, is it a skeleton?
No, zombie.
Fuck this name then.
I don't know her full name. But I like her design.
There's
she has
nothing justify her not being a skeleton.
I don't fucking know. Don't ask me. I don't create these
give you a
characters. Shit, I'm just trying to read. Anyways, so yeah, Cleo trips over Skellen, and we find out that she was one of the people who got kidnapped, but guess what? She was able to escape. And so now she could tell her, she gets to live to tell her story, you know? And so the ghouls, like a lot of the ghouls found out and everything. And Cleo's like, oh, is Gulia there with you? And I don't know what Skellen said, but, you know, Cleo was like, I see. And it's like, you never spotted Gulia, so you don't remember much? Okay, cool. So Claude over here, he's a little bit stressed because he had to, like, take up all these responsibilities from Draculaura. And he's like, hey, good news is Skellen's, you know, well and unalive, so that's good. And I bet Gulia's okay too. And let's keep high spirits. And everyone's like, kind of just like, does she seem well to you? She looks traumatized to me. And it's like we see Rochelle, Rebecca, and Abby. They're all chit chatting me like, she looks traumatized to me. It's like Normie Monster Hunter strike again. It's like Rebecca's right. All Ghoulier Crypt Crier has warned us. So we cut to Draculaura, stressed out in her home, you know. And we see Claude just trying to like keep the peace of everything. He's trying his best, okay? He's trying his best. And he's like, I bet Headmaster Frankenstein will have this answer soon. And he's like, well, pack your bags and head home, everyone. I'm ending the school year early until we get to the bottom of this. I was like, you could do that? Okay. I mean, they did that for COVID, so look at my senior year. Anyways, so we cut over to the headmaster's office, and Headmaster Frankenstein is on the phone. He's like, yeah, she told the student bloody council like what she's seen, but Gulia, it'll be dealt with, but you know. And so we see Frankie just like listening from behind the scenes. She's like kind of creeping around. No puns intended, guys. She's listening into what her dad's talking about Hezekiah. You know, that Rebecca's been asking more questions. I would be like, yeah, I would be asking questions too if my father went missing, if he got kidnapped. Like, what the hell, man? Like, something is suspicious. And so he says this, and I think it's very interesting that I read this. And he's like, once we exhume their identity, they'll be silenced for good, as you know, requested now. And so he finds Frankie, and she's about to text Claudine, about stuff, you know, like being like, please help. I think I found some information. So he finds Frankie, and he's like, are you lurking around here? And Frankie hiding her phone behind her back. She's like, Dad, who are you talking to? And he was like, oh, just an old lab partner. It's fine. And she's like, and he knows about Gulia? Like, what's the deal with Mr. Steam? And he's like, I understand you're curious, but trust me when I say some curiosities can cost you. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of people who are missing. Like, of course she's gonna go get to the bottom of this as soon as possible. You know, like, first of all, she's the main character. Anyways, so we cut over to Cleo and Deuce just chatting. And Deuce is like, yeah, I know that things have been rocky between us, and I want to fix it, but I need to come clean with something. And Cleo's like, now Gulia's missing, you're finally ready to reveal your scandalous summer affair with Claudine? And he's like, no, okay. So we find out that his mom's been on hard times, and they might have to move back to Greece with like their aunt, so that they're, you know, able to like get back on their feet. I'm not having an affair with Claudine, dude. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And Cleo's like, why didn't you tell me? And Deuce was like, I reached out to Claudine because I know she was going through something similar. And Cleo's like, yeah, but it would have helped. And he's like, that's exactly why I didn't tell you, because I knew that this was going to happen. But anyway, you know, they make up. Don't worry. They make up. They're fine for the most part. And so basically, Cleo pulls up to where Frankie and Claudine are. And Claudine's like, okay. No, Cleo's like, sorry, I'm like mixing up names right now, so I'm all over the place right now. So she's like, okay, Deuce told me everything, and I think I owe you guys a pyramid-sized apology. And Claudine's like, that's what it takes for you to trust me? Really? She's like, hey, the twins can be very persuasive. They got into my head, but it's no excuse for doubting you. And don't worry, they reconvene their relationship, kind of. They're working on it, okay? But anyways, Frankie's like, haha, we should go talk to Draculaura. She's the head of the school board after all. So they pull up to Draculaura's place, and they see a whole bunch of, you know, like the the board with all like the pins and the red strings and everything. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she has that on her wall. She's trying to figure out what happened to everyone, you know. And so if you remember from a few issues ago, you would remember that Draculaura used like a blood spell to seal off the monster and normie world. So, we're learning stuff. And so what Draculaura finds out is that Headmaster Frankenstein is obviously involved. We don't know how, but we know that he's involved. And he also has something to do with Bloodgood and, Hezekiah, and all this other stuff. And, Claudine is like, hey, your dad has been acting pretty weird. Like, you said so yourself. And so Frankie, she's trying her best, okay? She's doing her best. She's like, yeah, my dad's been acting strange, but he never hurt anyone. There's got to be a good reason for all of this. And Claudine and the rest of the gang are like, Frankie, there's, like, you're overheating. Just breathe. Just calm down. And, she's trying to, like, stand up for her dad, even though he is kind of acting weird and he might be involved with all these people going missing. And so Frankie kind of, like, calms down a little bit, but she's kind of upset. And she's like, I think we should talk to my dad after school tomorrow. Like, he might know something. We cut over to the Wolf residence, which they're still fighting. The parents are still fighting. No shocker there. All this other stuff. We learn about Wolf Society a little bit. And so after dinner, Claudine tries to talk to Howleen, her younger sister, about everything. And she's like, oh, how about we like hit up the mall and flip through fashion magazines or something? And she's like, are you kidding me? Our rights as monsters are being trampled away. And, like, I can't even see my normie friends anymore. Like, this sucks. And so like Claudine's like, yeah, like I get it. Like, what's your deal? First of all, like, you've been snapping at everyone recently, and Howleen just being really upset about everything because it's like the parents couldn't keep their fighting to themselves. They had to bring in the whole fucking family to this shit. Jesus. Anyway, so Howleen's like, Winston is so right about Monster High. He's so right about everything. He's like, don't you got a moon to howl at or something? And guess what? The next page is she's howling at the moon. But don't worry, Claudine and Claude are chatting about everything. They're trying to, like, keep some sanity in here, okay? They're trying their best. Everything. Right. So basically it ends off with Claudine texting Frankie. And so Frankie's like, hey, Ghoul, I've got a bad feeling. My bolts won't stop sparking. And they got to dig for some truth. That's where the issue ends, guys. Oh, my God. We get the cover for the next issue. We got some variant covers that I have not been able to get. I haven't been able to get any variant covers. I'm sad. My comic shop don't got any.
In the golden age of variant covers, which
here's the thing. About this comic, since it's an indie comic, and plus I think mine's subscription only, I won't be able to get variant covers unless I specifically request for them.
Gotcha.
You can at least save all of them online. But anyways, that's where the issue ends. I hope you guys liked more Monster High, since I can't have Christopher Chaos right now.
Gotcha.
Every time you turn the page, it be
yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's the end of the issue. Would you guys ready for next month for more Monster High? Yeah. And you know what's funny? We didn't get a Valentine's Day like one shot or anything. I think it's because of what the book is like right now. But yeah, we could have gotten one.
Yeah,
what happened to that Creature of the Black Lagoon book that was going on? Did it end?
That book ended like a while ago.
Yeah,
it must have been on it. Y'all must have finished it on. Yeah, to be fair, I had to miss some weeks, so I think y'all finished on the week I wasn't here.
Yeah, we're about to get the Mummy book in like 2 months.
Yay!
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah. But anyway, and for the sake of time, I think we should move on to the next book, guys. So, all right, without further ado, we're talking. Here we're talking about the next book, audience. Deadpool number 11, part 1 of the Pools of Blood crossover between him and Miles. Because right now things aren't going good business-wise for Deadpool. Since his Merc business right now is financially in trouble, and they need money to get revenge on Death Grip. So they're going to have to take jobs that are not going to be so kind. And this just happened to be Deadpool and Ellie's first ever mission together. and the mission they were charged with is just assassinating Miles Morales. You know? Oh joy, right? And they were
Which we
instructed
all
by
know Marvel will allow to happen.
Yep. And oh, also let's also not forget that the person who put this hit out on Miles literally told Taskmaster that, yeah, if you don't kill Miles in this assignment, we're gonna come after you. So, yeah, yikes.
If only this Deadpool read Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, where Deadpool specifically said, "Oh, I guess that the rules are broken if I can kill the Spider-Man."
Yeah.
No,
Don't worry, man. We're gonna get our Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe 3 in a couple of weeks. So yeah. Anyway, so all right, as you probably guess, as Deadpool is about to snipe Miles, who's just swinging on the streets. Of course, Ellie stops Deadpool from doing that, and now Deadpool has the heart and can't really bring himself to kill Spider-Man in front of his daughter. And then that's when you find out that the people who hired this assassination attempt on Miles is Agent Gao, a person that Deadpool that had previously hired Deadpool in the first issue of this series, and apparently had her big moment in Miles Morales' book. So those of you who have been reading, what's his name? Damn, the writer of this book. Oh, Cody Ziegler's Miles Morales' book. I think you would know more about Agent Gal than I do. So, anyway, she pops up at Deadpool and is like saying, "Yo, why did you guys even accept this assignment if you're not even going to do this assignment? You know? So, you better hop to it, man, or otherwise we're coming after you." So Deadpool decides to pull the trigger, and he does end up shooting Miles in the shoulder, and he falls down. So Ellie and Deadpool go up to retrieve the body, and this is where you find out that Miles is actually his clone. Y'all remember that big muscular Hulk version of Miles from his version of the Clone Saga? Yeah, turns out they end up sniping him instead. And
all
of course,
right, bounty complete.
Yeah, they get to talking, and they realize, what, this could actually work in our favor. Let's just yeah, Deadpool, he'll just cut a little bit of his arm up and just pour some blood over this clone version of Miles up, and we'll just bring his corpse to our client, and and after we get paid, we'll break him out. There you go, because this version of Miles is wearing, Miles's standard suit, right? So, right, win-win. Only for the actual Miles to come in and punch Deadpool in the face, and he's like saying, "Yo, why does my brother have a bullet wound in his shoulder?" You know. So, and what were you about to do with that sword? So yeah, this also, we gotta keep this in mind, audience. This is Deadpool and Ellie who have had their powers depowered. Remember, Deadpool's healing factor barely could heal cuts, but it cannot even regrow limbs anymore. So yeah, this is Miles and Ellie at their weakest, while Miles Morales, if you weren't following the Cody Ziegler run, is as powerful as he's ever been before.
Yeah, I do have Super Saiyan, bro.
Yep, he has the vibranium suit and everything. So fight commences. Miles webs up Deadpool's sword. So Deadpool uses his other sword to kind of take that webbing off, only for his sword to break. Because remember, audience, Miles has a vibranium suit thanks to Black Panther, and wouldn't you know it, his webbing is vibranium too. How does that work?
Doesn't matter anymore.
I can just imagine you trying to swing across the street, so you're just leaving trails of vibranium webbing all over the city. Then, I'm just
okay. It's a power up. Well, what do you want? Every time I complain about this, people are like, "No, it's okay. He's just It's just coming into his own. It's his own Spider-Man." Like, no one cares. I don't know what to tell you. Like, whatever.
Gotcha. I mean, dude, like literally, Deadpool tries cutting that webbing off, and what does it do? It actually breaks his sword.
Why does he need that webbing when Spider-Man's webbing has been so strong since Superior Spider-Man? I don't know, but whatever. Who cares?
Yeah.
It's Miles. He gets hand-me-downs more than like Goku has plot armor. Like I don't know what to tell you. Like,
I know, right? There you go. I mean, for God's sake, there comes a point where he actually webs Deadpool in the face. Dude, that should be an instant kill, man. If you web somebody in the face with vibranium webbing.
That's okay.
No,
but let MCU Spider-Man get another upgrade from Tony Stark. People cry, but when it's Miles, he get it.
Okay. But anyway, so yeah, this crossover goes as you expected. It's going to be a fight between Miles and Deadpool, but it's Deadpool and his daughter, so both of them are trying to team up to fight against Miles. They bring up their katanas, and it looks like they get a slight upper hand, only for Miles to be like, "Oh, okay, you guys still have your swords? Great. Guess what? So do I," as he unleashes his Venom Blast sword as the issue ends. So, Miles at his most strongest is fighting against Deadpool at his most weakest, audience. So
that's okay. Yeah. He's not good enough to be a normal Spider-Man. His base powers are just not good enough. He's not on Peter's level, so he needs these crutches. Don't you understand? He would lose every fight he has if he didn't have these powers. He's so useless as a Spider-Man. That's what I'm learning from this. He's pathetic. This Miles guy.
So
he can't even have the same webbing as a Spider-Man. He needs a better webbing because he's so trash. That's Miles Morales, bro.
I love this dude. I mean, for God's sake, even his clone, right, audience, his own Ben Reilly is a Hulk version of himself. Look at that. Wow.
He's a shitty Spider-Man, that Miles. I'm buying. Hey, I'm not saying it. Marvel's saying it.
Gotcha. But anyway, yeah, that's really it for the issue. It was pretty straightforward. So, all right, I guess with that, we can be on to the next one then.
Pulling up.
No, Jake. This is Jake.
Yeah.
Oh, is it the Jake book?
Yes.
Go ahead.
We have to do. We do Bionicle once a week. Never miss a week. Oh. All right. So which is dead. Anyway, this is Bionicle. I'm gonna call this one we're back on Void.
I forgot what order everything was in, so I guess I have more time to work on the thing I was working on. So have fun with Bionicle.
Don't worry, Jake added this at the last minute, which.
Listen. If a week goes by, there's a Bionicle book. I just usually put it depending on what I'm reviewing. So
Okay.
But anyway, so Bionicle, the Paraka Strike Back. That's what we're gonna call this one. Welcome back to Voya Nui. It's currently run by the Paraka. For those who forgot, the Paraka are a gang of criminals who are on the loose, pretending to be Toa in search of uncovering the Mask of Life, a mask so powerful its powers can affect the entire Bionicle universe. Last time, it was revealed that the Matoran of Voya Nui are slowly but surely starting to see through the ruse of the Paraka's plans. Some no longer believing them to be Toa at all. So now the Paraka are working double time to try to keep up the ruse long enough for them to complete their ultimate objective. All while a secret Matoran resistance movement works from the shadows to try and defeat the Parakas on their own. This is the resistance movement. I don't like them. I don't like their designs.
Wow.
So I'll tell you why. Because you don't understand. See these masks they wear?
Yeah.
It's the same mask that the Toa Metru have. So it's the exact same mask.
Well, you can only come up with so many mask designs. Jake.
I feel like it's because I now I can look into this, but I remember it being like Bionicle starting to get pretty expensive, and this franchise is supposed to bring Lego out of debt, and some of these parts are getting expensive, so I think they need to cut costs whenever they could. I get it, but it's ass. I don't want my main characters looking like other side characters, bro. I just don't like it. So whatever. Anyway, yeah, so little do both factions know. The Toa Nuva are on the way, and they're unaware of the dangers that await them. But They're the Toa Nuva, so surely they're more than ready to take on the Paraka if they need to, right? But that's neither here nor there. This arc starts off great for me. Like, the Paraka are trying to buy favor from the Matoran by performing false Toa deeds, like demanding their loyalty after the fact. If you guys remember last time, Zocton was making it pretty clear. Let me just remind you, the Zocton over here is making it pretty clear that the Paraka need to act more heroic, because the reason the Matoran are starting to suspect them is because they're acting like fucking assholes. So he's like, act like Toa, play the part, play your role. So now the Paraka are like, okay, fine. So like they stage rescues, like they stage monsters to attack the Matoran, so the Paraka can come in and save them. And I love how aggressive they are about it. Like, after, like, so two of them team up to fight off like a creature and force it back into the shadows. And then they look at the Paraka, they look at the Matoran, they're like, yes, you should be grateful for us because we saved your life. And they're like, and the Matoran like, yeah, I guess. And they're like, yeah, so like if someone comes up to you and says that we're not Toa, you should just not believe them. And they're like, yeah, okay. They're like, okay, so like if someone tries to tell you to resist against us, you're not gonna do it, right? They're like, no, what? What are you talking about? Like, why would we resist against Toa? So, but it's fun. But they may have but the Paraka, despite their over paranoia, they may have true reason to fear, because there is a rebellion underfoot. As I've introduced before, we have the Boya Nui resistance. We also found something interesting about the Paraka's power. So after that fight with the monster, we find out that they may be strong individually, but for reasons they can't understand, the Paraka's powers work better when they're in proximity to each other, which is funny because they all hate each other. But it is a good excuse to stick together despite all of this. So the thing about the Paraka is, as I said before, if they could kill each other, they absolutely would. But they need to work together because their powers are connected for some reason they don't understand. So in a way, this leads to the idea that these guys, because you asked, I think we were talking about the Borok in our Motunui retrospective. You asked if the Borok were kind of like the what are they called? The Psycho Rangers. Yeah. I think the Paraka are more the Psycho Rangers because they are the opposites of the Toa Nuva in every way. But they're also parallel too. They have like the same powers idealistically, but they're just opposites. So I do like that parallel between them. But the difference is like the Paraka actually do need to be together to get stronger. The Toa Nuva work better when they work together. So it's like their strengths cover each other's weaknesses. The Paraka actually physically get stronger when they're together. So I like that idea. Meanwhile, going back to my boy Zocton, who's the leader of the Parakas, he's revealed his latest scheme and why he's needed the Matoran to be calm and work towards his true goals. So yes, the Paraka can kill all the Matoran, but that wouldn't really help them with their goals. They need the slave labor. Luckily, Zocton has a solution because the Matoran are kind of getting restless. It seems he's using a mysterious sphere he uncovered on his adventures. He now has a weapon that, if shot at a Matoran, can infect them with the slave virus. Now, even if the Matoran want to resist, they literally can't. One shot from this blast turns them into complete slaves, essentially. So, yeah, so meaning once this weapon gets mass produced, the Paraka have the entire island of slaves helping them uncover the mask of life and, well, whatever else they want. What makes this even crazier is Zocton minces no words about it. He tells Radok, who's this guy right here, he tells this dude directly, like, listen, when this happens, I'm going to be in control of everything. Notice, he said, I, not we. I am. And Radok said, and I like how Radok's like, yeah, I know he wasn't trying, he didn't slip up his words. Like, he really meant that shit. So Radok actually tries to get control of the sphere that makes, like, the mind control virus, but he can't, because the sphere negatively reacts to anyone who isn't Zocton for reasons that none of the Paraka understand. So as much as they hate it, they're at Zocton's mercy, whether they want to or not. But yeah, Zocton has a plan, and now that he has a loyal, because they tested this on a Matoran, and I like the test they do. He shoots a Matoran, And then he tells that Matoran to walk into a pit of lava. And this Matoran, yeah, this Matoran almost does it. And Zocton grabs. I just wanted to see if you would do it. I still need you for a plan, but it works. but what's crazy is even though he tells the Matoran, "Hey, you don't have to do it anymore," the Matoran still almost walks in the lava.
Oh, damn.
That's how effective this is. So he said, okay. So once he tells the Matoran to stop, he stops. And so Zocton's like, okay, now that I understand how it works, I have a plan. And by sunset, all the Matoran will be mine. Okay. So, and well, the plan goes off without a hitch, but it's in the most horrifying way. Let me set the scene for you guys. All the Matoran are told to come to town square by the enslaved Matoran. They don't know he's a slave yet. All of them come together in town square. They're waiting for the Paraka. They're not there. They're staying there for like a good 10, 20 minutes. They're like, man, we wasted our time. We could be working right now. And then one Matoran looks up in the sunset. He sees a Paraka. He points at it. Everyone looks up. They're like, oh, there's a Paraka. Oh, there's our well, they think they're the Toa. There's our Toa. And all they see is 6 Paraka grinning the most evilish grin. They raise their guns and they shoot these motherfuckers like wheels in a barrel, bro. Like they kill them. So I'm telling you, if this was if this writer could kill off characters in cold blood, he would, because this sounds like a fucking massacre. The scene is described as the Matoran are running and trying to hide, but they keep getting picked off one by one. Even when they're Matoran that clump together just to get shot anyway. It's like, oh my god. And the last thing to describe it is there were flames that lit up the village. All the flames go extinguished, and all you hear is the screams, the cries, and the begging of the Matoran as they one by one are silenced by the blast and turn into permanent slaves of the Paraka. So that's it. The Paraka have won, and they revel in their victory. I told you this was a villain book, so you didn't believe me, but I told you. The Paraka revel in their victory. The last of the Matoran resistance has been crushed in one fell swoop, or so they think. Luckily, the Boyanui resistance movement members were late to the town hall meeting that day because they were off elsewhere scheming. So by the time they made it to town hall, it was too late. So when they get there, they find out that the Matoran have been turned into slaves and they've all gone off to do something. So the Matoran have figured out that the Paraka are the resistance have figured out that they're using Matoran to excavate lava from the volcano because they're looking for something inside the volcano and they don't know what it is. We know it's the Mask of Life, but the Matoran don't. So basically now that they know that, all their friends have been enslaved and they're the last line of defense against the island and the Matoran and the Paraka. They need to stop the Paraka no matter the cost. But keep in mind, the Paraka are Toa level threats, so surely they don't really stand any chance, right? Well,
yeah.
Luckily, the Toa Nuva have finally arrived.
Finally, it took them long enough.
So our heroes are here. Next time, the Toa Nuva will ingratiate themselves to the island of Boyanui, probably run into some Matoran who don't trust the name Toa these days. But will the Toa Nuva be able to actually beat the Paraka is another story, because as I brought up before, the Paraka have not just killed Toa, they've tortured Toa in the past. So it's gonna be quite the showdown. And we'll see if the strongest team of Toa in history can take on the mighty Paraka next time. Bionicle.
On Glee.
Yeah. Anyway, this is the Bionicle Island of Doom. You could read it on Crosswire Geeks. I've been enjoying this book so far. Again, seeing the story from a villain's perspective. This is a first in the Bionicle series, and these aren't sympathetic villains. They're evil. There's no sympathy here.
Which is what we need more in this world. We need villains.
Yeah, so if you want to see villains be villains, go read Bionicle Island of Doom on Crosswire Geeks, and we'll see you next time. So, yeah.
Gotcha. All right, then. I guess with that, we should move on to the next book, audience.
I'll try to make this quick because I have a lot of tea when it comes to this. You ready, Jake?
Yeah, let's go.
Fuck yeah, okay. Marvel Voices Avengers Academy 33, Matter of the Heart. This is the Valentine's Day issue. But it's meaty. Anyways, so we see a certain blonde-haired Asgardian sorceress pull up to an ice cream shop, and she's like, "I'll take your coffee blacker than the irons of Nidavellir, and then I shall have my revenge." If you don't know,
Which are you there?
yeah.
Oh, you're breaking up on my end. What Crypt is Oh wait, no, you're back. All right, as you're saying.
Anyways, she's wearing a pink fur coat with pink sunglasses over her normal green outfit, which is honestly a slay, because, why not? And, we see the person running the ice cream, like coffee shop place, and she's having a good time while Enchantress is, she's not going through it. She's like, these fucking mortals, they're worshipping annoying virgins with terrible haircuts. They should be worshipping me, the Enchantress. And Amora's like, oh wait, I know you. You're that one lost Valkyrie of Soul. And so she's like, yep, that's me. How'd you guess? How'd you been? And, Amora's like, I am filled with rage and I'm annoyed. And so, the other one's like, oh, geez, are you hungover? You smell like spilled mead. And Amora's like, that juggernaut youth of the Avengers Academy, that strapping servant of Sidorak, he annoys me. But he's adorable. And so, the other one's like, Amora, I have known and loved you since the sun above was new. Like, did he really betray you, or was he just very, very gay? The answer was the very, very gay part, Jake. You should know this by now. Everyone in this book is gay at some level. Gay. And Amora's like, it was more complicated than that. Was it? Was it though? Was it that complicated? No. No, it wasn't. If this
it's
was
never
Bobby,
that serious.
If this was Bobby, this would, 10 years ago, this would have been a completely different story. But no, this is a gay kid in the year of our Lord Hatsune Miku 2025. He's very gay, okay? I think he would like Miku, but regardless. So Amora fucks off with her coffee, and she's like, better not have been born than to not have pleased me better. And keep in mind, of course she didn't fucking pay. This is Amora.
Which cut out. Which is internet's fucked up. Cryptid, it's just you and me. We gotta entertain the masses.
Yep. Of all the books for him to call out of,
Yeah, which of them not gonna? Oh wait, which is back? Let me see if I can.
Sorry, my fucking Wi-Fi sucks ass right now.
You're gonna have to speed run this for your Wi-Fi.
I turned it off. I'm on data right now, so I think it should be okay.
All right,
so Amora leaves the ice cream parlor with her unpaid coffee because of course she didn't. She said, "Can you switch to the first picture with Amora?" Nope.
Oh, what? Oh, see, I told you.
See, this is why we have to discuss this beforehand. This picture. That's the last picture you put. So basically, she puts a spell on the Avengers Academy to make your heart speak true. So they're going to have to speak their true feelings. Anyways, so we cut to two people, two alumni of the school. And we got Jen and we got Ken. Why not? And they're laying in bed. They're being adorable. And they admit to each other that they love each other. Jake, how do you feel?
I mean, love's in the air. Valentine's Day just passed. I'm not really surprised.
I don't know. Yeah. So they admit that they love each other. And so we cut over to some of the students and Carol waking up. And Normie, bless his heart, he's like, hey, Captain, do you hear a ferocious and frantic jackhammering sound? They fucking. Jake, they fucking.
Oh, damn.
And Carol, she's like, she just woken up. She's in her weird robe thing. I'll send a picture later if you want. And she's like, I don't. And if you know what's good for you, neither do you, Normie. Yes, she does. She knows exactly what those noises are, bitch. She knows exactly what those are. And so Justin's running out of the academy. And he's like, ah, crap, I'm late. The Two Gun Kid marathon with Marcus. Like, I'll see you guys later. And so we cut over to the kitchen where we see Sheila making some heart-shaped pancakes, but some of them are kind of kidney-shaped, and some are Italy. And Normie's here. He says, they're having a good time. And guess what? She also made coffee and poured it for Carol. And Carol's like, where's Bloodline? And Sheila's like, oh yeah, she's sleeping, I bet. Last night she fought a whole group of vampires, whatever a group of vampires is called. Audience, if you want to guess what a group of vampires is called, leave it in the comments or hit me up on Twitter. We'll have a good discussion on this. But guess what? They have a date.
Cave of vampires.
Sure. Sheila thought of the idea of a flock. We don't know yet, but it's fine. Anyways, they're having
whatever you call bats is what you do for vampires. So
I guess, but vampires can also change into like wolves and stuff too.
But they're mainly bats. I mean,
stereotypically, yes.
Yeah.
But regardless, Lunella wakes up and she's like, "Good morning," and she's like, "Normie, I had a dream about you. You were driving a little clown car and doing stunts." And Normie was like, "Sick! I had a dream that you were a bear, a smart one," which we love that. And guess what? They admitted that. Well, Normie admitted first that he never imagined that he would have a friend like Lunella, a friend that he liked as much as he did. And Lunella admits that that she didn't know that she could care about someone so easily. And so that her heart fills up every time she sees him. And yeah, they're just besties. And Carol's like, what's happening here? And so, Lunella just grabs her breakfast and it's like, I'll be in my lab, being very serious, filled with stoicism, doing science. And Normie's all like stressing out and blushing. He's like, pass the cereal, please. And Rascal's like, ooh, Normie's making like nervous sweats. Like, give Rascal chocolate to get out of the taste of embarrassment. I love that. Anyway, so we cut over to Carol and Rhodey going on a little date because of course they would. And, they're having a good time, whatever. And so Carol admits that she's afraid that all they have in common is we have in common, which whatever that means. So I don't know how long this relationship's going to last, guys. I'm sorry to all the Rhodey Carol shippers, but I don't know how long this is going to last.
Are they breaking up in this book? That's crazy.
I don't know what's going to go down.
Not even in a Captain Marvel. If they break up, not even in a Captain Marvel or like a War Machine series or an Iron Man, that's kind of ass. I lie.
Hey, I'm not in charge of writing these books, okay? I just read them. Jake, okay? You know me by now. I could try to get into the industry, but I don't think they will let me. And so, the person who runs the spot, she's like, shit, yep, that's what happens. That's what happened because she's salty that no one's worshiping her on Valentine's Day. Anyway, so we cut to our boy Aaron waking up. He's waking up, as you do. He gets his own room now, so he can sleep semi-peacefully. So he texts Kari, which we haven't seen Kari in a while, Jake. When was the last time we saw him?
A couple issues ago, right?
A while ago. I haven't seen him in a while. And so Kari's like, up yet? Are you up yet? I am. And so Aaron's like, hell yeah. So he pulls up to Kari's place. And guess what happens? They be fucking.
That's what they do a lot in this book.
Yeah, they do a lot of fucking. There's a lot of gay people. Anyways, can you switch to the picture with Sheila and Brielle?
Oh my god, let me get my reading glasses. Holy shit.
The two girls. Find the picture with the two girls.
I don't think you understand how small this looks on the screen. No,
not that one. Those are the two boys.
There,
girls.
Yeah, these look very.
Two girls.
That's not two girls?
Those are two girls in the foreground, and then there's one girl in the background.
Okay. Wait. Shit.
There, leave it there. No, go back.
Wait. So is this one? Okay.
Stop touching it.
Okay.
Anyways, so Sheila and Brielle are at the local gay club, called the Invisible Light, which I like that name for a club. Not gonna lie. Wonder how many gay clubs there are in New York. A lot. There's a lot more in New York than there is in my city. Anyways, so Sheila's like, okay, well, we'll get in. I have a plan, and this is gonna be fun. And so Brielle admits that she's mostly scared of hurting hurting her because I'm new at this and I won't be perfect. And Sheila admits that she's scared that she'll secretly never really that Gabrielle will never really forgive her for being with me, like means about you, and it was weird as hell. They were like, ah shit, what the hell? And so Aaron wakes up after him canoodling with Kari, and Kari's working on his uncle's ring, and he says, "See you later." And so Aaron's like, "What the heck, man?" He's like, "Oh, okay." And so he admits that he doesn't like to be ignored, and every time he is ignored, he feels like that's what he deserves, and that he doesn't deserve the love or attention or care because he believes it's worthless. And I was like, "Damn, bitch." Jake, damn, you can't just drop all that on me. Damn.
Goddamn.
Yeah, literally. And so Kari's like, whoa, I did not know that. And so Aaron's like, ah, shit. So he's like kind of upset at himself, He's like, I don't know where that came from. That was like, I was supposed to say that. And Kari's like, whoa, it's okay. Like, it's fine. Like, don't worry about it. So we cut over to Justin and Marcus being all cutesy, They got out of the movies. They're talking about the special effects that were surprisingly good. And so, they kiss. They kiss, bestie. They kiss. Like in the cover.
I think they do more kissing than avenging. Oh, you want me to cut to the cover?
No.
Oh, okay. I think they do more kissing than avenging.
I said they're kissing like on the cover.
Oh, okay.
So Justin admits that he's had so many crushes that he doesn't know if he could trust himself with something real, and that he's scared that he falls in love too easily, and all this other stuff. And Marcus is like, "Whoa, I was okay." And so we cut over to the boys, to the last two boys. Okay, I will tell you when to change it to the last picture. Okay.
Okay.
I will tell you. Anyways. So Gabriel's like, no date tonight, Mortis. Like the other mortals are thrumming with lust. And Nathaniel's like, oh, well, the only person I've ever loved thinks I died because I technically did. And Gabriel's like, I've never loved anything at all, so happy Valentine's Day, I guess. And we see Nathaniel like looking after the McCran crystal. You remember the McCran crystal, right?
I remember from Ultimate Alliance, yeah.
Cool, now you know. Anyways, so Nathaniel's like, huh, we're just a pair of losers, aren't we? And Gabriel's like, yep, the dregs of the lost, made to walk like men. And so they both admit that, like, what if I'm not a person at all? And Gabriel, you want to know what Gabriel says?
What do you say?
Right after that? let me say this, okay? Do you want to make out a little about it? And so guess what? Nathaniel does not say no.
I could have guessed.
Even able to respond. So remember that the lady from who runs the ice cream shop across the street?
Yeah.
Well, she was like, dang, I never sworn I had to use this thing. And she's holding like this like ring with like a rose on it. And she undoes Amora's spell from a school. And she's like, let their minds be free. And breaks off like Amora's like little thing. Like little spell on everyone. Dang. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen, but some people in this do not look super happy. Okay. So I think like Rhodey and Carol are breaking up and something's happening with Marcus and Justin. I don't know what's happening. But now you can switch to the panel with the two boys. Yes, the one that you switched to like 3 times before this point.
Yeah, I know it. I know this one.
And so it ends off with those two being like, uh-oh. While the crystal is cracking, it's clinking over here. And next week is uh-oh. So I don't know what the next issue is going to be about, but apparently it is up. So I will read this while you guys talk about your last book. Cryptid, talk about Spider-Boy.
All right. Well, with that, audience, let's move on to the last book of the night. All right. We're talking about Spider-Boy number 16, right? Yeah.
Imagine losing to a girl.
Go ahead, say it. Actually, it's actually more insult to injury when you get into the opening, because remember, audience, Spider-Boy and Daredevil lost their matchup to Bullseye and Spider-Girl, right? And the winner was going to get like an army of unstoppable ninjas, right? And Daredevil only had the forfeit because Bullseye was beating the crap out of Spider Boy. So he's lying on the ground. He's beaten. His one of his lenses in his eye is broken. He's like telling Daredevil, "Why'd you do it, man?" And Daredevil's like, "I had to. Otherwise, Bullseye would have killed you." Oh my! So that's it? That means it's over? Oh yes, it's totally over. Because remember, audience, you remember Hulk yet? The little girl, the little girl Hulk, the one that Spider Boy and Daredevil stole her entry Golden Tooth from, the one who's been yeah, because remember she could only attack Spider Boy after the tournament is over, after his tournament is over. So now that now that him being in the tournament is over, she's gonna beat the crap out of Spider Boy. She
Well,
comes
maybe,
in like a comet.
a little Hulk girl. Maybe you should look into your heart and remember the times you walked with your father and the cherry blossoms, and that will set you free.
She's like, screw that! I'm gonna punch this boy right to the moon. Like you have Daredevil trying with all his might to kind of hold her down, but it turns out like Hulkette, her power, her power is that she needs to charge up to get her super strength, right? And she's been waiting, and she's been charging up for the past couple of days since this tournament started. So she's ready to unleash all that at Spider Boy. Like Spider Boy's just trying to dodge and run for his life, right? And he's like telling Daredevil, dude, you went to college, man. You gotta find a way to save us from this, And Daredevil's like, all right, yeah, okay, law school. All right, right. If I can't win this as a fighter, I'll win this as a lawyer. Excuse me, madam, I believe Bullseye should be disqualified in this match. Yeah, the rules were clear that you cannot bring in any weapons, and according to Spider Boy's vision, it showed that Bullseye had a card under his sleeve.
Can you present that? Can you present that as tangible evidence that we can see?
Yeah, that's Bullseye's like, wait, hey, no. What makes you think I'm lying? And then all the ninja guards come in, grab Bullseye, and then they find that playing card under his sleeve.
That, sir, Dr. Doom put that in my sleeve when I wasn't paying attention. That's not what.
Yeah, even Spider-Girl's like, wait a minute, so you mean that vision about you killing me from Spider-Boy is true? Oh, crap. So I guess I do kind of owe Spider-Boy one. And Bullseye like, you ruined everything, Daredevil. So both of them...
the little boy did. I didn't...
so Bullseye runs away, and Daredevil tries chasing after him, and the host of this event is like, okay, so that means Spider Boy and Daredevil win by disqualification, but seeing as how both the mentors are gone, I guess that kind of means that Spider Boy has no choice but to team up with Spider Girl in the finale. Like, these rules are very
these are very flimsy. These are very Mortal Kombat the game rules.
Yeah, so while all this is going down, you go back to actually New York, right? And you see Boy Spider, right? Remember, he is still pissed off that he lost his mom to Bailey. So he comes in and enters Bailey's room. You see Bailey's room. He has a couple posters. He has one of Spider-Man, another one of Fast Car Family 7, and a poster of Dazzler. So yeah, he has good taste, audience. Yeah, he has good taste, audience.
There's a gay person around, guys. If there's a Dazzler poster, there's a gay person around. Trust.
I can smell it.
Are you in? Are you looking forward to Bailey coming out? Which okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna put a 10-year-old.
No. But you don't want to imply like since there's a Dazzler.
If there's a Dazzler poster around, there's got to be a gay person around. Wait, I didn't say who it was gonna be. Okay, shut up.
This is Bailey's room.
Cryptid. Yeah. Move on with the book. I'm in the middle of reading my book.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna talk to Jake about this book afterwards.
Okay, so anyway, Boy Spider's like, this should all be mine. Why does Bailey get all the nice things? So he's basically going a little rudder on
because I'm not a freak, little boy.
I know, right? Again, I don't know if there's a nice way of Bailey's mom having to tell Boy Spider that, yeah, you're just not the son I want. So, Boy Spider starts ripping the posters, ripping Bailey's toys, this and that. He gets angry, and this causes something to change in Boy Spider. But we'll get more into that at the end. So right now we cut back to the tournament, right? So okay, apparently the rules are in this tournament. Okay, the last duo left will be fighting the Madame herself, and if whoever beats her gets control of the army. So yeah,
If
she also has like
these
mhm.
tots beat and a fighting master, bro, she gotta hang it up. There's no like if Daredevil was here, you could save face. But
Yep.
like, nah, this is a bad work,
Okay,
bro.
let me give you her resume, right? You have the ring announcer saying, "In this corner, two brave young finalists from the outside, Spider Girl and Spider Boy, right? Versus the undisputed five-time champion of the Dragons Challenge, the Demon's Mist of the Gapping Maw." Like, whoa, five-time champion? Okay.
5-time champion about to lose to two 10-year-olds is crazy. Wouldn't be me.
Okay. So yeah, she has some mist powers, by the way, Jake. Yeah. So all right, this is basically final boss time.
She
Uh,
has martial arts mastery and miss powers, and she's gonna lose to two 10-year-olds. Oh my god!
just okay. All right. Let's watch it. Let's continue on. So clearly this is more than Bailey and Spider Girl can handle, right? But then that's when Bailey comes up with the idea. Hey, Spider Girl, your powers take people's power if you look at them in the eye, right? Well, it just so happens a certain Hulk person has been charging up their powers for a couple of days now. So Spider Girl looks at Hulkhead, and Hulkhead's like, "Don't you dare!" And yep, Spider Girl takes all of Hulkhead's powers. So the
Man,
powers she was specifically charging up.
Bailey really racking up that ass whooping he's gonna get at the end of this issue. This arc, bro.
I know, right? So anyway, Spider Girl goes full Hulk, smashes the ground, and that blows away the mist, revealing the final boss gal, right? So Bailey uses this opportunity to come and bite her. Because remember, he has knockout venom. So yeah, audience. And because Bailey is the one who technically did the final blow, Bailey is the winner of this tournament, audience. This Mortal Kombat like tournament.
Hang up your belt now. Never show your face in the Marvel universe again. I don't want to hear this lady's name again, bro.
You talking about embarrassment, man? She's the one who has to present the crown to Bailey, man.
You have to give up your 5-time championship title to a 10-year-old. Yo, stop. Go home, bro. Like, no.
No. Oh, so yeah, Bailey now has an army of unstoppable ninja warriors at his disposal, and he decides, what, let's just treat everybody to some ramen. So yay! And now Hulkette can't really do anything to Bailey because remember, all her charge of power was given to Spider Girl that she used up in the fight, and now Bailey has guards to protect him now. So it's like, just you wait, Spider Boy. You just you wait. These guards ain't gonna be following you forever, So, dang. So basically, the arc ends with Bailey and Daredevil, driving away to the airport as they were able to accomplish their mission in stopping Bullseye from getting these guards. And oh yeah, Daredevil also mentions as Bailey. Yeah, you also do realize in the next Dragon Challenge, the winner will have to fight you. By the way, So
Yeah.
yeah, no biggie, right? So we go back to Bailey's house, as his mom is coming back with groceries. And that's when you find out that Boy Spider, because remember, audience, when Bailey, Bailey could intentionally turn more arachnid when he wants to, right? He could develop the fangs and the eyes and this and that. So it turns out vice versa happened with Boy Spider, where he can actually turn into Bailey when he's a little bit aggressive. So that's what we have here, audience. Your evil twin brother. That's where the
Virgil.
issue ends. So yeah, that's where the issue ends, audience. So yay!
Yeah.
Hey,
Yo.
if Miles could get a power up, Bailey has a consolation prize of having an army. So yeah, yeah.
I'm just thinking back to that so-called greatest master of the universe type person, bro.
Wait.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of helping my family with something, and I get message tonight to hear this review. I hope you know this. And I cut in, and the first thing I heard was some shit about some evil brother. She's been in the comics for 3
Nah,
issues.
that wasn't even what I was talking about, bro. Like
No,
this.
we're talking about Boy Spider.
Yo, get it. Peter, not Peter. Bailey and this little girl had to fight a kung fu martial arts master with powers. And this little five-time championship. This little boy beat this chick. Like I'm like, hang up your belt, bro. Like
just bit her once, all right? You just bit her once, all right?
Man,
Is this the Iron Fist person?
Yeah. All it takes is just one bite, Austin.
All right, so Jake, I want you to know this book is now banned from the story. I'm going back to what I'm doing. We're never talking about Bailey Breach again. I'm taking an Iron Fist disrespect, and that's the worst thing. This is worse than killing the character off.
Oh, okay. Austin, to be fair, that's not an Iron Fist person. That's just a master martial artist. Gapping Maw. Is what her name is.
He heard me say that's an Iron Fist, and he agreed, and then he told me it's not Iron Fist.
It's true. It's only the master of the Gapping Maw, 5-time champion of this goddamn tournament, who was giving Daredevil problems. I'm just saying, like, she only lost to a 10-year-old.
I want you to know, Cryptid, when the first issue before the tournament started, they said somebody here was an Iron Fist, and not one person used the Iron Fist power. It's absolutely pissed me off.
I know. Well, Spider-Girl used Hulk powers, so there you go. Yeah, she smashed the floor with Hulk-sized fist. So there you go. Oh man! And don't worry, you'll be seeing Hulk head again because she really wants to punch Bailey to the moon now.
I'm tired of endangering children. Okay? I don't need to be at this anymore.
This lady needs to wake up 10 years later like Johnny Lawrence, bro. Like this needs to come back in some way. Like, we need to start something.
I had to finish what I'm doing. I will go back to listen on YouTube, but I'm telling you, Cryptid, I don't know what the fuck
this is the last book, doing. Austin.
I know. I'm gonna finish listening to the rest of it. I don't know what the fuck this writer was doing, Cryptid. But I feel like they're gonna get an angry email.
Austin. Just blame Dan Slott for all your problems, and you'll be okay.
Oh yeah, and audience, this is a great time to mention that we're also getting a Spider-Girl book in the near future. So yay!
We're writing. Look, Jake, prepare a letter for Dan Slott.
We don't need any more Spider People books right now. We have like a bajillion impulse.
Listen, my frustration is getting bigger. Bang, bang goes my double trigger.
Like Hulk at. Wait, like Hulk at Jake.
No, well, I'll say more like
Hey Jake, if it makes you feel better, I just read the recent issue of Avengers Academy because it just dropped, and we get a semi rhinoceros spotlight issue.
Radical.
Yeah, rhinoceros. She's a really cool character. I actually like her.
All right. So anyway, audience, that's it for tonight's reviews of the week. So we'll see you. We see you all next time.
We're gonna give these guys a break. We're gonna give these guys a break. We're not going to do 4 episodes a week next week. That's all I got to say.
Yes,
No,
no.
definitely not.
When we come back, we will be reviewing That Friendly Neighborhood knockoff Spider-Man.
Okay. See y'all later, audience.
See you guys later.